Kia ora everyone, namae haramai, hello and welcome to the waterfront, the capital city of New Zealand, the home of the Wellington Saints for the first time in season 2025. Sky Broadband Rapid League coming your way first. Sal's NBL a little later this afternoon. Justin Nelson with you, sitting right alongside me. 4 times Sal's NBL champ, the man himself. Good to see him. Casey Frank, good afternoon, mate.
Oh, good afternoon, Justin, and always good to be seen, especially in the capital. Come to see the Saints play at home, expecting quite the barn burner between these two squads tonight.
Season underway already in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Let's have a look at the results so far. What a competition this is. Lightning speed, a lot of fun. 4x4 minute quarters, featuring only the 7 players coming off the bench in the later Sal's NBL game. They're the winners so far. Let's turn the page over and some big results yesterday and last night as well. The Hawks getting redemption. They get over the Jets. And how about the Tuatara? 42 on the board in 16 minutes.
That's a heck of a job, especially considering the Rams led the league in scoring last year at 40.38 points. The Tuatara squad has come to play this season.
As starters for the Rapid League game, Tamatia Tuta, Scotty Telfer back in familiar colours once again with the Airs, Hoyata and Quentin Bailey. What a great player he is.
An excellent player. A little bit short on players today. Down 2, no Jack Exeter, no Dom Kelman-Poto. Both players out with injury for short term.
Yeah, Jack Exeter, a late withdrawal, rolled an ankle yesterday. Here's the Saints. Love the colours. How about that for a strip? Troy Plumtree getting up, warming up. Dougal Meader, Evans Jr. There is Troy Plumtree, Arthur Pilcher and Luca Richards, the former Jet.
Big play, I think, getting Luca Richards to come down gives this squad a lot of size, but I'm looking at Troy Plumtree. He is going to be electric, and there we see that's who we're looking out for. Jordi Huerta as well. That's the matchup. You see the 24 season ranks. Caslow Evans Jr., look at work rate, also led the Rapid League in assists a season ago. Scotty Telfer, and fantastic two-way player. Look for him to grind out on the defensive end. And here we have the coaching staff, the Rapid League debut of Chris Tupu.
Love to see it. Chris Tupu back on the sidelines. Here's our Barter card officials for this one. Sam Pan, Amy Jo Clark, and Hayden Pipe. Not sure that's Hayden Pipe. Maybe a late change there for the Barter card officials. Sal's NBL coming up a little later this afternoon. Always a little bit of spice, Case, between the Saints and the Airs.
There always is. This is a matchup that even when one of the teams, well, let's say Taranaki when the down years, even when they were down and the Saints were at the very, very top, they always brought the action, would win quite a few of these games, and we've had some just barnstormers between these squads in recent years. I'd like to see it transfer over to Rapid League, much like some fantastic jersey pickups have transferred over. Look at this jersey matchup. This could be the Rapid League jersey matchup of the week for me.
Yeah, these are 2 standouts, aren't they, with thanks to New Balance. There's the Saints pinstripe. Going to see a little bit of that in the Sal's NBL from the Saints this season as well. And am I mistaken, or the Airs have a little bit of a rugby feel?
A little bit of a rugby feel. That's looking like the Taranaki rugby squad. I like it. I don't mind. I don't mind the shout out. It hasn't become overpowering, but certainly some high quality jersey additions being put across Rapid League so far this season.
Rams and the Giants to come your way later today. The Rams to unfurl their championship banner from 2024. Just about set for a start here between the Saints and the Airs. Luca Richards, Quentin Bailey to get things underway. Welcome back to the capital in 2025. And the Saints somehow turn it over to start us off.
An unfortunate catch there for Marie Dougal Meader, catching it right in the corner there, nowhere to go. Thought he might get away with it for a second, but he does not.
Had that cheeky look on his face, didn't he? Scotty Telfer back with the Airs after a season with the Sharks. That's a tough shot. Oh, foul called there. Plumtree, in fact, it was Richards. Maybe a little bit unlucky. Looked good upstairs. We'll have to have a look at that one again.
I think we'll see on the replay that's pretty clean. Just a tough angle for official Amy Jo Clark there. I think anticipated the contact a little bit, but good, strong, aggressive drive. Foul called on Luca Richards, number 24. That's clean.
Of course, we do have the benefit of the replay as Scotty Telfer steps up to the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
But aggression is always rewarded in basketball. Scott Telfer put the ball on the floor, didn't settle for a jump shot, went straight to the cup. And Richards, despite doing his best, unable to avoid the whistle. I like this pace, though. Ball in the hands of Caslow Evans Jr. Really like to see him pushing things.
Opening points of the season for the Airs. Dougal Mita!
Excellent speed. I like the speed with which Dougal Mita came off that Plumtree handoff and turned the corner at full pace, not giving defenders a chance to settle in front of him.
Sixth season for Dougal Mita. He's a valuable player for the Saints. Telfer swings it out. Now on the attack, Tamatea just stepping back. A little bit of Dirk-esque there from Tamatea.
Lovely little teardrop. Really shows off some nice skill, but look at Caslow Evans Jr. Push the pace, create that opportunity for Plumtree.
Copped a little knock across the chops. Picked up by the barter card officials.
Well, they missed the first couple, but they caught the third, which was nice to see. Here we see this beautiful little stop. Excellent use of the footwork to get down. Not an easy shot, but that was pure as a driven snap.
Just 16 years of age as well, Jerome Tamatea. On debut here this afternoon. Of course, this Sky Broadband Rapid League is unearthing so many talented youngsters. How about Jackson Ball this week?
A lot of youth talent coming through as we see the Quentin Bailey pass. Just a bit too hard for Tamatea. Goes out of bounds. Looking across the competition, this under 20 age group that's coming up in New Zealand right now is just supremely talented. A generation of players who have grown up competing against each other, and I think this next decade, New Zealand basketball is really going to reap the fruits of that labor.
Coming up short, Dougal Mita.
What a save.
And they go again, the Saints. Shot clock down to 8 though. Caslow Evans Jr. tucks it under the wing. Sends it to the corner. They're going to run out of time here. Down to 2, down to 1. Shot on the buzzer. Down it goes. How about that?
Well, beautiful shot there. Created completely, though, by the hustle of Pilcher. In there, Troy Plumtree yapping about that jump shot. Feeling good to the bench. Another stop for the Saints squad.
Big shot from the talented youngster. And again, Evans Jr.
Look at that pace. That pace is undeniable right now. I really like what Chris Tupu has this team coming out doing. Push it as fast as you can before that defense can get set.
Early points for the Saints. That's a tough drive for Jordi Hoyata.
And that's going to be a foul on Luka Richards there. That one, more deserved, came down on the arm, wasn't in great position. As we're taking a look at the Caslow Evans shot, look how he keeps his footwork there. Goes off the right foot to finish on the same hand. Not easy to do because it's a little bit awkward, but the result of a lot of hours of practice being able to pull that off smoothly.
Had a terrific season in 2024. Caslow Evans Jr. fitted right into this Saints squad, Saints culture. And he's set for another big one in the Rapid League in 25.
What takes advantage of the first free throw attempt from the Chemist Warehouse. Back for another one to try and cut it to a one-point game. Does so well. And both teams, I think, executing the way their coaches would like them to see. In the half court, a little slower for the Airs, a lot of pace for this Saints squad.
Fourth season already for Jordi Hoyata. Dougal Mita pulling up, coming up short.
Saints using really simple action, but they're taking what the defense is given. If you go into the first one, we'll take it. If not, we'll keep moving.
Hoyata again with strength underneath, rewarded once more.
Well, good patience. What gets down there, a couple of up fakes, takes the contact though from the big fella. Okay, get in there and see. As we see Caslow Evans Jr. tries to take it. You see that lean over, the body comes down. That's the right call there. Well done. And off to the Chemist Warehouse once again for the old-fashioned three-point play opportunity here.
10 Sal's NBL games last season for Hoyata. 17 games in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Quick hands there. Knocked out of play. Good defense in the end by Quentin Bailey. And Casey, you mentioned this competition and just the dearth of young players coming through. It just seems like every single game in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, there's a talking point or a few.
More than one. Nice cut there by Pilcher to get the cat, and a nice footwork to get the finish over Belly. Nice movement there, but you know, it's always the same case. Iron sharpens iron. You can be the most talented player in the year, but if you're not competing against anyone, you're not getting better. As we see Scotty Telfer just lose that one. But with all the talent that's coming through, it really is enabling these young players to hone their skills against like-minded individuals of great talent. And that cauldron of heat produces a much better iron than if not.
Look at the hustle here. Plumtree, Tamatea, Scotty Telfer getting involved.
He's going to drop a little shoulder. Why not? Troy Plumtree's rugby background coming in pretty handy in this one. A lot of contact is above the shoulders area already.
The old man, of course, very well known around rugby circles. There is Scotty Telfer, carries the tag of the junkyard dog for a good reason.
And he's a player I think Coach Sam Timmons is going to enjoy coaching. You know, he works hard, he's a smart player, and if you keep it simple for him, which Coach Sam Timmons is certainly going to do, you let him know this is what I want to get from you. I think he's going to be the type of guy who can produce what Coach what he's been looking for. Sam Timmons, I meant Sam McKinnon. But, you know.
Sam McKinnon, of course. I'm sure Sam Timmons will coach one day in the future. Andrew Green is coaching the Ayers Rapid League team. Chris Tupu looking after the Saints. Athletic stuff. And look who cleans it up, Troy Plumtree.
Aggressive play by Evans Jr., but I like that heads-up play by Heke. Getting that tip in the air to Plumtree for the finish.
Hoyata sends it down just to the outstretched hand wide of Bailey. Bailey just saying, hey, bounce it into me next time.
Entry passes into the post. Oh, foul called. A very late foul called on that one. A bit surprised to see that one. Heke, that pass was well off target. I think the Ayers got a little bit of a favor there. Let's see what they can do with it.
And they get a new 14. Tamatea, as we said, just 16 years of age, looks confident. Back out to Scotty Telfer.
Well, he's worked so hard to develop that shot over the last 4 or 5 years. Wasn't really any type of a shooter, but he has turned himself into a 40% plus guy with a quick release on catches like that.
Yet another player out of West Lakes. Can see the setup, can see the thought there from the young Saints, Pilcher and Plumtree.
Well, aggressive. That is aggressive a lot there. I know Troy Plumtree can fly, but that ain't VC.
Late chance here for the Ayers. Hoyata just got it up in time, too deep, and we're 11 apiece after one. Good start between the Saints and the Ayers this afternoon. Sky Broadband Rapid League. New and exciting, great innovation started last year in this competition, and we are seeing the emergence of so many young stars. Let's have a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats case. Well, take us through what you're seeing. I
love the pace from the Saints. They were able to get up, I think, 10 shots in that quarter. It depends on if you call that last one a shot or not, but before the stats are completely through, they were 5 for 9 from the field, whereas the Ayers only got 7 shots up in the quarter, including that Wuss one. They were 3 for 7. And this is because of some excellent work on the offensive glass by the Saints. They got 2 extra opportunities there, and they forced a few turnovers as well, snatching that ball away from them twice. But after all that, still tied up. So this little early fury from Wellington was countered nicely by the Taranaki Ayers.
What I love about our job, Casey, is we get to deliver a lot of great news, not just about basketball, but also about saving money. How about this? The Sky Broadband Fibre Starter, $50 a month for the first 12 months. That's a year, by the way.
That's a 50% off, I believe, of all the competitors out there right around Zone. So that is quite the deal. If you're not into the Sky Broadband Fiber just yet, that is worth looking into.
Get into it. Did you like what I did there? 12 months is a year? Did you?
Well, I mean, I know you put it together, but I don't know how to tell you this. Not an original thought. Now, if my 4-year-old put that together, I'd be good job.
Hello.
You, however, but I'm glad you got the basics down.
I like how you patted me on the back when you said that as well. Yeah. When you compared me to your 4-year-old.
Well, same size.
1 quarter down, 11 apiece in this one. Coming up a little bit later this afternoon, Sal's NBL action, and always some spice between the Saints and the Ayers. And some big stories to come today as well. The return of Harry Froling. We'll talk more about that as the day unfolds, but what a fantastic story it is. Great news to see Harry Froling back playing basketball here today.
Just excellent perseverance on his part. Obviously, he's gone through a lot of health troubles since he took that coward's punch late one night in Illawarra. Over 2 years away from basketball. This will be his first official game on the court.
Yeah, we saw him before we came on air, I should say, and just buzzing and jumping out of his skin to be back out there. Second quarter underway here, Sky Broadband Rapid League. It's a tight one so far, these two teams going at it hard. There's an offensive foul picked up there against Quentin Bailey.
Yeah, I think that's one that you call at a lower level, but here in professional basketball, I think Quentin Bailey's pretty well stopped. He dropped it, didn't drop the shoulder. That's a good solid screen from my book, but if you can stop half a step earlier, give that defender a little bit more space, maybe you can get away with it.
I think Quentin Bailey maybe agreed with you there, Case. Good thoughts there for the Saints. Munier trying to set up Plumtree, turned it over though, and now back the other way. Or maybe some happy feet there. Tolini. Doesn't matter though, the two go down.
Hey, if you can get away with it, it's not illegal. Gets the three-step layup to drop.
Love the pace that Evans Jr. is playing with, rewarded again on the left.
It's really difficult to guard somebody who's playing with that kind of speed at all times with the ball in hand. And he knows he can get into the offense, but if you're going to give him the lane, he'll take it.
Tuta inside, Bailey, and in the end, tall timber, Heke, just standing nice and straight.
He's got some long arms too, on top of standing around 6'8". In size, it looks like he's got a little bit more of that in wingspan and giving up a lot of muscle to Quentin Bailey. Most of the players in the competition are, but he's fighting hard with them.
And he was right there again, Tyrell Cage, Heke.
Didn't see the contact low. I thought he had the ball clean on the rim. Certainly wasn't any contact on the arm, as described there by Sam Penn. Don't know if we're going to get a second look at it, but nice job fighting over screen. Good offense by the Airs. There's a little bit of contact down low. With that, oh, tough call. Good aggression once again rewarded as Quentin Bailey gets the line.
Former development player with the Franklin Bulls in 2022, young Tyrell Cage Heke out of the Waikato. Did play one game with the Saints in 2023. Bailey at the Chemist Warehouse. That one a bit deep. Oh, we're going to get one more.
Yeah, Heke got on there just a bit early. The scourge of the game, Andrew Mulligan. Lane violations, once again, rearing its ugly head. We will get rid of them one day at a time.
Eventually. A third look. And that one's short this time. So Quentin Bailey just trying to find his range.
Great free throw shooters, they like an extra chance. Bad ones, not so much.
Again, the thought process there for the Saints, just a little bit too rushed in the end from Hassan Munier.
I mean, this is a lob-happy squad. Is this the LA Clippers circa 2010?
Oh, hello.
This is trying to turn the capital into Lob City here for the Rapid League. Have yet to see a successful completion of that play, though.
Oh, so close, Evans Jr.
Oh, my. Did you see the contact? Well, off we go. Unfortunate, but we're on to the next play.
Maybe it was the wraparound arm, not actually the hand going for the ball. Very unlucky, Caslow Evans Jr.
You can see how that other hand looks like he was grabbing, but it was just there. It wasn't a lot of contact, unfortunate for Caslow Evans. But going to take away some of this aggression that they're playing with, but not on that play, as the aggressive defense on the perimeter forces another turnover. Looks like might have had a little bit of a head knock here for Rengimarie Dugumita.
Well, I'm pretty sure he was wearing that when he first stepped out, Case. But I like it.
Is that his headband?
I think it is. We'll get a closer look in just a moment. Fashionista. Rengimarie Dugumita. Playing defense now, going up nice and strong on Sean Tolini. And some up and back play in the Sky Broadband Rapid League halfway through this second quarter. Here is Dugumita, baseline drive through traffic, sends it to the corner, Pilcher for three, unable to finish.
A beautiful drive. I'd like to see him take that shot at the rim. Does give it up for Pilcher outside, but take the two. We got to stop playing these analytic basketball games. Take the two when it's in front of you.
Tudor, corner, Trini for three, halfway down, in and out. And the scoring has just dried up. Certainly the pace hasn't slowed down though. Again, looked like a little bit of a travel, no whistle. Plumtree, look at Telfer. in the end. Tough shot. There's our first wedgie of the season.
That is solid in there as well. That is a solid, solid wedgie. Oh, he gives the punch. Well done, Jordy.
Never a dull moment in basketball.
Nice job by Scotty Telfer there, switching defensively. And if you're going to go into the on-ball, go away from Scott Telfer. He's probably the premier defender on the perimeter for the Airs right now. Trying to get a little more action on the other side of the court.
Huerta on Richards. Just found a way in the end, didn't he?
Well, nice footwork. Luka Richards already has 2 fouls, doesn't want to pick up his third, because Lord knows you don't want to foul out in a Rapid League game. Shout out Casey Norfor last night, fouling out in the Rapid League. But kept his hands up. But nice footwork by Huerta. The double spin move before he gets the bucket in.
Airs by 3. A minute to play in this first quarter. 4 by 4 minute quarters in the Sky Broadband Rapid League.
Really beautiful pass.
Quarterback stuff there from Scotty Telfer. There is Dougal Meter. Now, is it a headband or is it some strapping?
That's the question. It's looking like a headband with the close-up. I can't lie. My eyes from distance, not great. But up close, looking like a headband.
How old are you now, Case? Speaking of eyesight.
Old enough to not answer that question.
Out of all of that, a foul in the end.
I'm still a young man of 47.
47?
Not bad, not bad. I look younger because I've avoided responsibility for a long time.
Says the man behind a microphone without a camera on him at the moment. I look younger. You know what's going to happen now? There's going to one of our Sky Sport camera operators are searching for you.
Why
right
are you
now.
asking for that? Stop directing from here, okay? I know Matt does not appreciate your efforts to overtake him.
Everyone wants. There we go. Is that 47?
Young as.
Is by 4.
How come when I call for shots, they don't get there? You call for one shot, that's trying to make me look old.
Well, seniority, I'm a little bit older. That's how it works.
A little?
Oh, Plumtree. Oh, great spin, Troy Plumtree. Looked nice, didn't it? And now it rolls out to Dougal Meter.
I think this could be a big year for Dougal Meter. I thought he was going to explode on the season a year ago. Didn't quite happen for him. Oh, it's Plumtree. Whoa, don't take away that.
Man.
Don't take away that fast break opportunity.
Look at that up the pilcher. He knew it as well.
The Saints are going to be, this Saints Rapid League team is going to be tough to officiate. They're physical. Look at the physicality with which they're playing. Diving after basketballs, and that's a good call. That's a foul. You took out a player with the basketball. I think that's the right call. But it did take away like the easiest 360 you've ever seen from Troy Plumtree to finish that one. But this is a dirty little secret about basketball. If you go out there and foul on every play, they can't call them all. And they are playing with a level of physicality that's on that knife's edge, making it a really difficult job for the officiates to discern what's worth blowing a whistle for and what's not.
That might go down as one of the best quotes and bits of advice I've heard in basketball. If you foul on every play, they can't call them all.
It's been a strategy for many a team in New Zealand throughout the years.
I like it. Huerta comes up short. Just one in it. Seconds ticking down, of course. BNZ player timeouts alive for these two teams. Let's see if they use them. Plumtree has been productive. Drives low on Telfer. Richards in from the opposite side. Tough shot in the end. Telfer did well defensively, and now a chance for the Airs on the buzzer. That one just short off the hand of Taranaki, and that'll do us. The opening 2 quarters of the Sky Broadband Rapid League season down for the Saints in the Airs, and look at this case, just one in it.
Well, this is what you expect between these two teams. A high level of defensive intensity. The Saints shooting 44%. The Taranaki Airs got more shots up in that second quarter, but just at 38%. Both teams really pushing the thing as we take a look at the highlights, and it started with Ronnie Marier, Dougal Meter taking it to the cup before we saw the beautiful spin move by Thamatia. Troy Plumtree's shot clock going down. Doesn't matter, I'll tickle the strings. Caslow Evans Jr. was the engine for this offense, pushing things in transition. But Jordi Huerta, in response, did a nice job himself. He had 6 first-half points. Scotty Telfer with the big triple. What we saw was a lot of contact between both teams attacking the rim. Only 3 3-pointers made it between both teams combined. So a lot of action at the rim, a lot of physicality, and some good skill being shown with that post footwork.
A lot of fun in the opening half between these two. Dougal Meter draining the triple. And at the half, Chemist Warehouse stats. It's a close one, the Airs by 1.
There you see that 2-point shooting for the Saints. That's what's saving them. Haven't been to the free throw line yet, but the Airs, 11 trips to the Chemist Warehouse. They must have some kind of membership there or something, but the rebounds won by the Saints, and that domination on the glass is what's kept them close because of that free throw discrepancy.
Well, if I ever need to know what aisle the toothpaste is in at Chemist Warehouse, I'm going to give the Airs a call. As you said, 11 trips in that opening half.
And that's 11 trips in 8 minutes, so a nice job by them to continue attacking the rim. When you attack the rim like that, you build up some hunger, Justin.
Well, this is worth a trip, isn't it? The Sal's NBL Steel Combo, $31.99. Available until next Tuesday. QR codes, online codes, it's all there. I love the pepperoni.
No, you half pepperoni, you like the half? That's going to definitely
That's
be
my half. That's my half.
I mean, standard half. You can't have all the pepperoni, Justin. Well, first of all, if there's only one pizza, the whole pizza's mine.
Hang on a second.
We're not splitting that. You can have a garlic roll.
If I buy the Sal's NBL Steel, I'm telling you right now, I'm taking the half that I want. I've seen how quick you down one of those things.
I mean, I always thought it was 1 pizza per person. Isn't that the rule?
In your case, it's a couple, I think. Second half underway. This has been a bit of fun. Let's see what the Saints can do off the first possession. Dougal Meter going to have to think quickly here. Shot clock at 10. Pilcher takes and goes. Came off his leg in the end.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. Knocked down by, I believe it was Tuta. Gets a hand in there. You see it knocks it off right. Looks like it went off his leg after that point. Nice offense from the Saints, but took a while to get to the second side. Swing that ball side to side to bend that defense.
Tamatia sends it back out to Bailey. Can hit threes. That one, a little bit long off the hand. Tuta tries to keep it alive.
A nice offensive rebound by Tuta, but a little aggressive with the mindset on that interior pass there. But I like what the Airs have come out doing in the second half. More pace. They're going a little bit quicker now. They're attacking the rim, getting a run up. Trying to give the Saints a little bit of their own medicine.
Don't forget Rams and Giants coming your way tonight. Rapid League from 5:30 p.m. local time. Sal's NBL from 6:30 p.m. down at Cal's. Great pass. Tuta in the end. Can he finish? He does. Great setup by Telfa and Tamatia.
Excellent footwork by Tuta. We have another finish at the rim. And it's Quentin Bailey gets called for the smack on the head. Nice attack on the rim by Heke. In transition, the big fella really striding out on the lane and getting an opportunity where the defense sets. Quentin Bailey comes from behind and can't quite get the block clean, so the Saints a chance to cut it back to a 1-point deficit.
A couple of the other stories coming up this afternoon. Casey in the Sal's NBL. Isaiah Liafa, Hiram Harris. Sean Bruce is back for the Saints as well.
I thought it seemed like it was yesterday, it was last year. 2018 was his last trip.
Yep, there is Hiram.
And Hiram Harris, just one of my favorite players to watch in the competition. Ultimate work rate, really learned how to think the game, and such a leader for this squad now as well.
Armon Fletcher back for the Airs as well. Of course, an import in 2023. Had a good season. Let's see what the Airs can do here. Bailey, look at the defense. Relentless. Good pass. Bailey underneath, sends it out. Hoyata, who's going to put it up here? Tamatia in the end. Too many passes. They'll be lucky if they get away with it. They don't.
Well, that was good offense until Tamatia didn't take that corner three. One too many passes spoiled the broth.
Dougal Meter can't convert again. Tricky pass to contain inside. Telfa loves a triple.
I think made the wrong decision there. Should have kicked it ahead for the Bailey finish on the rim.
Tamatea with a miss, and again a long rebound. They go again.
Instead, they keep it with the offensive rebound. He makes up for it, but Bailey can't hold on.
Gee, there's some
a lot of physicality.
Slippery hands as well at the moment. And the Saints. So Munier just gets one when scoring has been hard to come by.
Nice attack by Hassan Munier, getting in there. It was such a great story last year. Came from the open trials, and now in his second season with the Saints. Always fantastic to see the locals get their opportunities.
As if the Molten is a cake of soap at the moment. Bailey.
Well, that's what you do. You're having trouble scoring, get it to your big guy, let him take his time, straight to the hook shot, solid fundamentals on the catch.
90 seconds left in the third. Nothing in it. Dougal meter.
Hand down, man down. He's 3 or 4 feet off the three-point line there, but I think he can develop into one of the premier shooters in this competition as his confidence stays high.
And when he gets
Look at the hustle.
He's hard to stop, and really scrappy basketball at the moment.
With a double dribble called. Said he grabbed it, contained it, and then put it on the floor again. Take a look. Here's that triple by Dougal Mida. Singing the strings.
Certainly won't get there in this game, Case, but the highest scoring game in the Sky Broadband Rapid League last season, 60-50. The Rams and the Sharks, I believe it was. That's 110 points in 16 minutes.
So I think somebody left the D in the overhead compartment on that one, because that is no defense in that ball game.
Evans Jr. looked a little clumsy in the end. Margin at 1. Telfer, Dougal Meter, a lot of experience between those two. Turnover, great hand, Plumtree, here we go, the big fella!
Beautiful kick ahead, Troy Plumtree. That's a tougher finish than you think with a defender right behind you. You have to be aware of the contact from behind, the possibility of being undercut, but it doesn't matter for Troy Plumtree. Even that little bump in the back can really throw you off when you're airborne. But Troy Plumtree, he was born in the air. He's of the air. He likes it area.
And to be fair, Casey, any contact in that situation should be called as well. A little bit dangerous there.
Yeah, should have been a foul, especially from behind. No ill will. It's not like Huerta was trying to foul him. He's just trying to get back. But the slightest bump from behind on something like that has a much bigger effect on the play than you can think from looking at it.
He's going to be a lot of fun to watch this season, Troy Plumtree, one of the young guns. So many of them in this competition.
The
shoe stays on the floor. Plumtree gets busy again. That is a tough finish.
And what's beautiful about it, it goes to the left. You know, young players so often one-hand dominant, but he's able to take it with the left hand on that spin move.
And Saints open a bit of a gap here late in the third. Air searching for something, another turnover. That'll do us. So 3 down, 1 to go. And the Map Mills Albert Wellington Saints have made their move.
Well,
they're out by 5.
What a response in that quarter to come in and roll off a 10-4, 4-minute span. There's Caslow Evans Jr., too quick for his own feet, but the beautiful spin move for Troy Plumtree coming around to the left hand. And if you want to see more hoops like that, stay tuned all day, because coming up next is the Saints and the Airs and the Sal's NBL.
Well, we were here for that corresponding game last season, and I've got to tell you, there is no love lost between these two teams. That was as fierce a game as we have seen this season, last season.
The Airs certainly, like a lot of teams, they have the Saints circled on their calendar. I think the Airs a little bit more than most. There's a little contest there. Of course, Saints general manager Jordan Mills, a former Air himself, played up there when he first started his NBL career before coming back to the Saints. So he's well familiarized with the contest.
Don't forget that FIBA starter, $50 a month for the first 12 months. It's an absolute beauty. Official stats parter of both the Rapid League and the Sal's NBL, Chemist Warehouse. Great to have them back with us again in season 2025.
And my key stat from that quarter, no free throws for the Airs. The Saints do a better job defending. They turn a 3-point deficit into a 5-point lead because of it. If they're able to defend to this level without fouling, they should have the advantage in the fourth.
Major partner of the Airs Rapid League this season, Millwood Roofing. So many sponsors getting involved up and down the country. Terrific to see the investment in basketball. An early turnover there against the Airs.
Seen a lot of players on both squads get into the painted area, and they're thinking pass, especially the guys with size. They got to think finish. Get in there, get 2 points. Don't worry about the three-point shot. Take what's in front of you.
Hope you're enjoying the fun of the Rapid League. Justin Nelson, Casey Frank with you this afternoon. There's Plumtree. Just ran into too many singlets in the end. Nice little pass. Hecker looking for the run of Pilcher. That was fancy.
A good hand from behind. Saints just don't give up on plays. Even they're a little bit out of it, they're continuing to hustle, continuing to agitate ball handlers, forces a turnover there, and that is the 12th turnover for the Airs. And that is really where this 5-point deficit has come from. They've got 4 more turnovers than the Saints.
Offensive foul there called on Troy Plumtree. Speaking of commentators, we're here this afternoon down in Christchurch later today. Nick Bewley back behind the microphone in 2025. There's that moving screen. And his partner this afternoon, Judd Flavel.
Oh, good to have him. I wonder if he knows enough about basketball to talk about it for 2 hours. He might be okay.
I wonder if they'll give him the chance to step out and pull up the banner on the 24 championship before he goes to air as well. I think they will. Fantastic to have Judd Flavel with us this season. There's been some happy feet here in this one, hasn't there?
Yeah, early seasons, getting used to playing, you get away with a lot more in practice than you do on the court. So being in front of officials, for one of the few times this year after the blitz a week ago, you just got to get that footwork down, get used to playing in an actual ruled environment.
Just getting back to Flavel, of course, coach of the Tall Blacks. One thing we have seen from Judd so far as Evans Jr. fires away is the blooding of these younger players.
Well, that squad, so much talent. Oh, wow.
Big block.
Oh, sorry, Luka Richards says, get it out.
Evans Jr. now bodied off it. A lot of physicality.
And you speak about bringing in that next generation, the young players. I think for every team across the Sal's NBL, that is the key to sustained excellence, is being able to develop that next core of local players. Take another look at the Luka Richards block. Does a nice job of going up vertically, but extending that contest to the left hand to get the block.
Played some good games late last season for the Manawatu Jets. Luka Richards got an opportunity and took it with both hands in the Sal's NBL. And now he's moved down the highway to the Saints for 2025. Dougal Meter underneath to Richards. Too big and too strong on Telfer.
A beautiful pass. Really well done by Dougal Meter, knowing exactly where Richards was going to be for that catch.
So the Airs with some work to do now. That'll help. Doesn't go down for Telfer. Does get it back in midcourt though. Picks off the pass. Little floater on the runner. Can't finish that. A couple of opportunities go begging.
Airs offense has stopped running to the same level of execution that we saw in the first half, and that's costing him here. Castle Evans Jr., I think, bailed out on that whistle.
I'll tell you who doesn't stop.
Tell me.
Caslow Evans Jr.
He's going to keep going.
One speed.
He's got a lot of energy coming out there. Here we see the drive. Thought that was reasonably clean, but no foul called on the shot. Going to be on the baseline. They keep possession, get another chance at the hoop.
Dougal Meter, smart in the end. Evans Jr. with the setup.
Lack of preparation there for the Airs. They were looking around, expecting to go out. Nice job by Dougal Meter, realizing he can take it. Castle Evans Jr. is harassing ball handlers. With this level of activity, you're adding him into the mix with Isaiah Liafa, Bruce, Shea Illy when he does eventually get back here. That is a heck of a good forward arm.
Relentless with a capital R for the Saints this season, searching for their 13th championship in the Sal's NBL. Chris Tupu, coach of this Saints Rapid League team. Knows a thing or two about basketball, Chris Tupu.
A little bit. Former Tall Black. Of course, he was a coach for the Nelson Giants for quite a few seasons. Has a decent little stroke. Of course, you'd expect him to be a point guard, but he's a two guard.
Big three-point attempt for Taranaki, doesn't go down. Ayers needed that. They trail by 9 with 90 seconds to play. No coach timeouts, of course, in the Rapid League. Both teams do have a Sky broadband.
Oh, that's pretty.
It is pretty. Down it goes for Plumtree. I should say a B&Z player timeout available to both teams per half.
Plumtree spinning to his left shoulder, but coming back to his preferred left hand. Look at that bang, spinning over there, then finishing with the left. That is a nice, strong move. Plumtree, don't believe he's committed to college yet, but I expect him to see in the NCAA system quite soon.
You would think off to the world champs this year, under 19s for Plumtree. Of course, the junior Tall Blacks have qualified. 4th at the under 17 World Cup last year. Quite amazing. Number 4 in the world. Another turnover for the Airs. Here's Plumtree again. Look at the numbers. Unable to control it. 2 meter.
Well, he was thinking about the pass already. He wanted the ball earlier so he could get the kick up to Plumtree for the lob. They don't quite get it to him ahead of schedule and ends in a little bit of a fumble.
2 meter finishes with 10 points, 3 rebounds, a couple of assists, and 3 steals as well. Oh, double dribble. Seen a couple of those here in this game as well.
Well, that's the 15th turnover for the Airs. Sloppy game overall, really. 26 turnovers in all.
One of the worst feelings as a player when the ball just leaves your hand, and as it leaves, you go, oh, I think I've already dribbled.
I did that, didn't I?
Can't take it back.
Just let me get away with it.
Impressive second half here in the Rapid League for the Saints. Crowd building up, Sal's NBL to come. Look at the passing, Munier to finish on the 3. Richards tries to keep it alive. Maybe some late chances here for the Airs. Tuta, Plumtree, good hand in the end, just with the body on the foul.
The pace, the attack, that's when the Airs have been at their best here in the second half, but overall a dominant defensive performance by the Saints. Still have not let the Airs score in the 4th quarter. They have just 4 points in the second half overall. And they went into halftime with a 1-point lead. The Saints quickly reversed.
Riley Tuta. Love these 2 uniforms. We talked about them earlier.
Are they above or below the lavender for the Bulls?
Oh, I didn't mind the lavender for the Bulls. That was a really nice strip.
My favorite call of the night, though, might have been Lindsay Tate saying, yeah, they're great, call me.
Munier, he can still go. Nice hand in there, Hoyata. And in the end, the Airs are going to come up with possession here, 12.7 to play. Great to hear Lindsay Tate last night. He's with us all season in 2025. What a star he was.
Well, player timeout called.
B&Z player timeout. We'll see an advancement here. Of course, this is a world first in this competition. Don't see it anywhere else, the B&Z player timeout. Can't go to the bench, can't interact with coaches. It's only about the players on the floor. They get 30 seconds, and you at home get a chance to pick up a ticket to the big game with thanks to B&Z. Scan that QR code for a chance to win tickets, and you could be off to some Sal's NBL with thanks to B&Z. They are inspiring the next generation of ballers here in New Zealand.
Fantastic to see, and getting quick. Those tickets get earmarked quite quickly at the start of the season. You want to ensure your chance to see a game on behalf of the Ticket to the Big Game program. Scan that QR to get going.
11.8 to play. Oh, turnover again for the Airs. Clumsy.
Oh, my.
Speaking of clumsy, they're going to get it straight back.
Well, unfortunate to have a timeout and that be the first pass out of it. Maybe the second time around they'll get their play back.
Well, they've had 4.6 seconds to think about it. Now it's 7.2. Hoyata for 3. And that is it. So Sky Broadband Rapid League, opening game for these 2 teams in 2025. Impressive second half. The Saints get home by 11. A lot to like about what we saw. Some young guns coming through, Casey, and in the end, a good win.
Good win. Niko Esawa from Plumtree and Wendy Marie Dugumita. There we see the stats. Nice shooting from the interior by the Saints, and that overcame that free throw deficit they saw. A little bit better shooting from that Chemist Warehouse stripe. Would have seen the airs in the game. Rebounds just about even. The assists as well. The turnovers not on there, but 16 for the Airs and 12 for the Saints. A little bit sloppy early in the season, but a hard-played game that the Saints deserve to win.
So the first one down in the capital this afternoon. Casey and I are off to battle over some Sal's Pizza. Pepperoni coming my way. Coming up at 2 local time. First game of the Sal's NBL season for these two teams. Potentially finalists. There's a long way to go, of course. We'll see them for the first time shortly. The Saints and the Airs coming your way. Strap yourself in. A big afternoon of basketball.
see a couple of you. Surely more. Ooh. Let's light it up. Saints family, it's showtime! So welcome back to TSB Arena for the 2025 campaign. I need you all to make some noise and welcome the stars of the show. They are 12-time NZNBL champions, our Mills Wellington, put your hands together and welcome Taranaki is.
This the Game of Thrones, Yeezy not the clones. Elon wear my rocket ship, it's time to go home. It served us since the day we was born. Anybody pissed off, gotta make a drink it. Now I'm Ye Kelly, now I'm Bill Cosby. Now I'm Puff Daddy Rich, that's me, Toomey Rich. What she said, she like, and she said she ain't somebody. She gon' take it up like a ventriloquist. I mean, sis, Taylor Swift, since I had to roll me on the wrist. I'm a new Jesus. I turn water to Chris. This for what they did to Chris. They can't do shit with this. Got my kids in a fake school. We ain't go, 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 go. So good she honorable. She read it like Congressman. I didn't need the impossible. Go, 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 go. So good she honorable. She read it like Congressman. I didn't need the impossible.
Saints family, there's one introduction that needs to be had. The best mascot in all the land. He is the one and only
Got you, boy.
Today we return to the home of the 12-time Sal's NBL champs, the Mills Albert Wellington Saints. 20 grand finals over 4 decades, and they're still searching for their 13th title. A new coach, Aaron Young, joins them. This afternoon, they take on the still formers Taranaki Airs. A heartbreaking loss, semi-final 2024 when they went down to the Rams. They welcome back star import from 2023, Armand Fletcher. And one of the biggest stories of the season occurs here this afternoon with the return to basketball of Australian Harry Froling. Namai Hadamai, hello and welcome. I hope you're well. Justin Nelson, Casey Frank with you. But how about this, Casey? The story of Harry Froling, 786 games, the victim of a one-punch, coward punch attack in Australia. So good to see Harry back.
Well, great to be here, and even more special to be here on Harry's return. Just a good dude who's I knew a little bit, but coming up, he had the game completely taken away from him. Thought he was never going to be able to play again. Got up to 160 kgs within 12 months of being injured, but he has worked his way back. He has stayed focused. He has changed his mindset, and still mindset changes on a lot of things when you're in a surgery bed thinking you'll never play the game of basketball again. But so great to see him return today. I'm sure a very emotional day for him and his family, who I'm sure are watching at home right now.
And back in New Zealand playing basketball as well. Of course, he played in 2019 with the Southern Huskies, so familiar territory. He loves New Zealand. Saw him before the game, big smile on his face. He's enjoying being back, and I've got no doubt the first few seconds, the first minute or two, is going to be a welcome experience for him.
Most definitely great to see him here. He's been playing a little bit of time with the Hawks over in Australia, so he's got a little bit behind him, but it's going to take some time to get those legs, but great to see him here today.
Well, let's have a look at the results so far in the opening week of the Sal's NBL. The Hawks, off the back of the 17-year-old Jackson Ball, take down the new kids on the block, the Panthers. The 5, very good over the Rams. The Rams missing 4 starters in that one. And a new look Sharks team. I like the way they went about their business against the Nuggets.
New look, new results. The Hawks come out and back-to-back it against the full-strength Jets team. Quite the win that went down to the wire, where the Bulls took advantage of an underdone side in the sanctuary in Auckland.
Rams and the Giants to come later today, unfurling their 2024 championship banner. Nick Bewley and Judd Flabber with the call on that one. The Airs starters this afternoon. Owen Foxwell comes into the team. The Aussie import Armand Fletcher is back. Carlin Davison, can't wait to see him going around again. Harry Froling gets the start. We spoke about him. And how about this? Jack Andrew heads north from the Nuggets to the Airs this season.
Looked like it was going to be a strong Aussie backcourt. Angus Glover gets a European contract. That means they're much stronger in the front court, but we'll see where that guard depth comes from.
Yeah, they're certainly bigger this time around, aren't they? Sam McKinnon is back for a second season in charge. Casey, you caught up with him a short time ago. Here's Sam McKinnon.
Well, Coach, Taranaki Airs team that looks very talented, but a vastly different look from last year. Bringing this team together in a short amount of time, what are you looking to get out of performance-wise in Game 1?
Yeah, it's a different team to last year. We had a lot of success, and with that, naturally, other opportunities arise for some players. But with this group, we've just tried to go for a well-balanced, a few more bigs, I think. And yeah, the short preparation. Drew's done a fantastic job with the guys at the Blitz. Foxy and Harry have arrived this week. So yeah, I think we just continue that intensity. The reports back from the Blitz were that our guys were a good group, a competitive group. Hopefully I can add a little bit more execution on the offensive end, and yeah, first game, looking forward to it.
And speaking of those bigs coming in, Harry Froling, a late addition, but what a coup for you guys, bringing him back to strength after a long time away. What are you hoping to see out of Harry as he builds his way back to performing at his highest level?
Yeah, I think we just got to remember he hasn't played for 2 years, and it was a great addition for us. Harry, tremendous skills as a big. I think just the difference between Sam and Harry was noticeable at training the other day, like Harry's passing ability. So Sam was a bit of he liked to shoot it, but yeah, so I think the guys, like he's telling guys to cut. So I think patience with Harry is needed, but really excited for him.
Gotta love that little bit of humour there from the coach.
Well, you know, not all brothers are exactly the same, but Froling, a gifted passer, look for some of those dimes to drop today.
Saints got a win in the earlier Sky Broadband Rapid League. Let's have a look at their lineup for the Sal's NBL this afternoon. Sean Bruce is back for the first time in Saints colours since 2018. Isaiah Liafa, love the way he goes about it. Nick Marshall comes in from the Adelaide 36ers. Hiram Harris, one of the best Kiwis in the business. And look out for the big center out of Ohio, Nick Muszynski.
Yeah, Muszynski's going to be a lot of pressure on him. He's the lone true big that's going to get minutes, but Hiram Harris is what I'm looking at, one of my favorite players to watch in this competition. He could be a hub offensively, and he is certainly a ball of energy on the defensive end.
New strip, new colours for the coach as well. Aaron Young, after 3 straight grand final losses with the Tuatara, he heads down to the capital. He's the man in charge of the Saints this season. Let's catch up with him.
Coach, coming into today's game, haven't had a ton of practice time with the unit, but what do you hope to see out of the Saints today in a good performance?
I think for us, not overreacting to the first probably 5 to 10 minutes of the game. Like a lot of our guys have come off a little bit of inconsistent seasons in terms of their opportunity and what they wanted to get out of probably the NBL season. So there's going to be a lot of juice, and they want to get out there and perform at a high level, but it's going to take some time. So just being patient with the process, and for us it's just breaking it down possession by possession, and if we do that, be realistic with where we're at, be patient in the process, will be good.
Your first job as a head coach here of the Wellington Saints, coming up against the Airs, often a lot of emotion in this derby. What do you hope to contain in this team that you don't have a ton of scouting report on?
Just their athleticism with, Colin. He's going to get out and run, and he's playing with a lot of confidence. Each season he gets better. But for us, it's just, knuckling down to, the foundation that we've set, like you said, in a very short period of time. But if we can lay that blueprint early, get an identity with how we want to compete, especially on the defensive end, it's a good first step, good first matchup for us.
Well, Casey, we didn't see the best of Hiram Harris last season due to injury. We know what he's capable of. Certainly one of our favourite players. He is one of the best going around, and he's always on triple-double watch.
Well, he can do so many things. He's developed in such into a really quality offensive player, but the work rate is what sets him apart. So switchy on defense, can guard anybody, and now can be that high post offensive fulcrum where things can work through.
And while we're watching Hiram Harris at one end, how about the young gun for the Taranaki Airs, Carlin Davison, still 21 years of age, 6 seasons in the Sal's NBL. He's been with the Breakers for the last couple of years as well in the ANBL. He is an excitement machine.
Well, maybe the premier athlete in New Zealand basketball, who was his ability to get above the rim, and I still think untapped on what he can use that athleticism for. Still developing it as a player, but I expect him to be a bit better today as we take a look at that matchup between these two players from a season ago. Similar in points, rebounds, and passing the basketball. Carlin Davison started as a 16-year-old. Hiram Harris not much longer after that. And in this matchup, if you can see Hiram Harris control Carlin Davison's activity, that'll go a long way toward the Saints' victory.
Chemist Warehouse head-to-head, Hiram Harris and Carlin Davison. Opening game not too far away for the Saints and the Airs, the Barter card officials. For this one this afternoon, Callum Welsh, Sam Pan, Amy Jo Clark. Still to come in the Sal's NBL. Later today, we head to Christchurch, the Rams and the Giants. Judd Flavel joins us in season 2025 on the I'll say the Sal's, well, it is the Sal's NBL. Sky Sport commentary team. Great to have the Tall Blacks coach with us.
Big ups to Juddy for joining us, sharing some of his knowledge. Going to have a bit of a different take. A lot of coaches on the staff this year. Not Judd Flavel. We've got Brent Matahare. We've got Nantu Tofale, so a little bit of a different perspective. I prefer the players' perspective. Why we got all these coaches around? I had to listen to my whole career. Now I got to listen to more? No, jokes.
And look at this.
Fresh cut.
Bit of a fresh cut for Jack Andrew.
Looking all response. Did he have to get a job? Did he have to start real life?
Here we go. Always some spice between the Saints and the Airs. Just saw Hiram Harris and Carlin Davison come together for a quick handshake. Strap yourselves in. Here we go. Back in the capital for season 25. Muszynski going up against Andrew, and the Saints turning it over. Exactly the same thing happened in the Sky Broadband rapidly.
Muszynski just wanted to get that off to Bruce before he got across, but that's not the way you want to start the game, especially when you saw your Rapid League team just do it. Have that conversation, guys. Just be aware. In an unfortunate way, but gives away possession to toss things off.
Good coaching battle here today as well. Sam McKinnon, season number 2 with the Airs. Aaron Young in his first season with the Saints. There is Sam McKinnon, Andrew Green beside him.
I'm not sure what the issue is. Clock issue.
2 seconds into the season here in Wellington, and we have a clock injury. Come on.
Well, okay. Well, hopefully we don't have to set reset. We've seen some unplugging of things there. What an anticlimactic start.
Can I just repeat? 2 seconds in.
There we go. We're the plug and replug. We're acting quickly under pressure. I appreciate the statistician's crew. GM Jordan Mills looking over the back, seeing if he can't hook it up.
Big Harry Froling standing right in front of us. There he is, returning today after 786 days. Fantastic story. And we look forward to seeing him in action. Here we go, back underway. Foxwell, huge recruit for the Airs. Speaking of recruits, Jack Andrew on the turnaround, can't put it away.
Well, you see the aggression of this Saints defense already. They're going to come out and play with a lot of intensity on the defensive end this season.
And the athletic Marshall with the rebound as well. He's one to watch out of the Adelaide 36ers. Liapa to Harris. Opening points of the season for the Saints.
Just beautiful pace for this Saints squad. And we saw a little taste of this in the Rapid League, but that looks like one of what the things that the Saints are focusing on, picking up the speed and attacking all time.
Davison to Froling. Welcome back, Big H.
Well, pick and roll to pick and roll action. Always a good choice to drop it off to the big. And Harry Froling back on the score sheet after 786 days.
Love to see it. Harris doesn't mind a triple. Andrew with the rebound. He'll take plenty of them for the Airs this season. Foxwell, already 4 years in the Aussie NBL, draws the foul.
He's got such great speed. I mean, you expect smaller guards to have that kind of quickness, but still when you see it in person up front, it can be take a little bit of getting used to. Nice explosive attack. I thought he might toss it into Froling on the post for back-to-back touches, but instead squirts his way through, finds his way to the cup, and hits the first of the Chemist Warehouse, so a chance for 2 here.
And of course, every made free throw from the Chemist Warehouse this season, a donation from Chemist Warehouse to Hoops in Schools. Let's raise some money and build some hoops in parks and schools right around the country. What a fantastic initiative. Proudly supported by Chemist Warehouse. Opening points for the Saints. And the Airs respond. 2 apiece, Liapa. Had a look down for Harris, went it alone. Davison, nice and hoppy.
I would have gone to the other mismatch personally, or toss it back and get it back to dribble so he can tack off the bounce.
Foxwell, Davison. They share it around. Fletcher from the corner.
Well, good attack there by the cup, to the cup by Foxwell. Davison unselfishly kicks it out, and Fletcher, welcome back to New Zealand.
Oh, Harris on the step.
It was funky. Step, step. Hiram Harris has that ability to change paces and really get some movement with those footwork.
Davison short over Liapa, Sean Bruce. In fact, it's Nick Marshall.
Out of the Adelaide 36ers, the other Australian import the Saints have.
He's super athletic as well. There he goes, just burns past Fletcher.
Good speed coming off the on-ball once again. The Airs, I think, need to get a little bit more aggressive on these handoffs or on-balls up at the perimeter.
Froling pulls up the dribble. Foxwell. Froling, step back, 3. And now the Saints come forward. Sean Bruce, pocket pass, dumps it inside. Harris to Bazinski.
Well, you love to see that kind of partnership forming early in the season. Harris and Muzinski have only had a few trainings together, but that interior passing already looking in mid-season form.
The big fella, 211 centimeters out of Ohio. Foxwell on the runner. There is Muzinski.
Tough shot there by Foxwell. Good board, and off to the races again are the Saints.
Liapa. Oh, the pass was intended for Bruce. Good hand in the end from Fletcher.
That ball would have had to have eyes to get through there. That was a tight little angle.
18 points a game for the Airs in 23. Fletcher has it knocked away by Liapa. They've got numbers here. Good hand in the end from Davison.
just barely got it out. Hiram Harris wanted to toss a bounce pass there, but both teams, we heard Hiram Harris, I spoke to him before the game, expected things to be a little bit sloppy.
There's the big fellas, Froling and Mazinski. Defense wins out. Marshall looks at his options. Davison, good footwork, good finish though from Marshall.
Strong move, getting right into the teeth of the defense and taking it to the 6'11" Froling for the finish. First lead the ball for the Saints.
And now Davison getting busy. Unable to finish on the outlet. Harris against Froling in the end, just lays it in off the glass.
Yeah, Harry Froling already looking for a little bit of a blow. Might have looked to be a bit more physical there, challenged that one. Always afraid of getting the N1, but probably a bit too easy in the end.
Foxwell to Davison. Fletcher for three. Look good off the hand.
Nice contest there by Isaiah Liafa.
Geez, they're running the Saints, aren't they? Andrew with the foul. Bruce will head to the Chemist Warehouse for a little bit of early shopping.
Well, transition. The attack has been swift and merciless from the Saints, first across the Rapid League and now here in the Sal's NBL. They are quickly putting themselves in position to score the basketball on any change of possession. And we got a little bit of youth coming in. Plumtree jumps in. Marie Dougal-Mita checking in, and Quentin Bailey. And Scott Telfer in for the Airs.
Bruce puts the first one down. 13-7 is the score. Just getting that updated. Bruce at the Chemist Warehouse, 2 from 2. Now you'll see the black tape on the uniforms across this opening round. Of course, all of the teams sporting the black tape in memory of Kevin Braswell, who sadly passed away a few weeks ago. And make sure you stick with us through halftime. We've got a special tribute to Kevin Braswell here today. What a star of the game he was here in New Zealand. Davison.
Bouncy with the left. Shot out of a cannon for that finish.
Dougal-Mita unable to finish.
14-9 the lead now for the Saints. Or sorry.
And a clumsy turnover there in the end for the Airs. Saints leading by 5, 14-9. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Well, this is what he does, Carlin Davison.
That is aerial beauty by Carlin Davidson, playing above the rim at will.
Midway through the first. Saints by 5. Harris to Marshall to Harris. Great setup.
That's a couple of pick and rolls that Hiram Harris has just come out with a lot of pace afterwards. Up to 8 points already.
I think Sam McKinnon's seen enough here as well, Case. He has. So timeout called by the Airs. Saints playing with some real speed, and the stars of the team getting their hands all over it. Airs call the timeout. They're down by 7. What have you made of the opening minutes in this one, Case?
Well, I really like the pace that's come from, but let's first listen to Sam McKinnon get a little upset. So.
Shot goes up, don't step. Not every shot's going to go in. Made the first few, adjust for that. No more layups, okay?
Well, Hiram Harris already has 8 points in the game. He's a star of the competition. We had a chat with him earlier today.
Well, Hiram, here we are, the eve of another season. The Saints have pulled together a little bit of a revamped roster. What are you hoping to get out of the game one, and what do you think the Saints are going to look like early in this contest?
I mean, like, to be honest with you, we've only had a few practices as a whole team, and we're still obviously missing Shea, so it's not going to be perfect basketball. It's not going to be pretty, but, you know, our job is just to, like, come in, do some work, and try and get a win.
And a change in the coaching staff as well. How's Aaron Young coming to the team, and what differences does he bring to this unit from what was previously offered with Zico?
Yeah, for sure. I think same thing with Aaron. He only got in like maybe Friday, so he hasn't been much time to work with us. But you know, we're figuring it out on the fly, and that's just part of the job.
Well, he's had a great start, hasn't he, Casey Hiram Harris, and he's at the Chemist Warehouse with a chance to add to the donation, of course, to hoops in parks and schools, but importantly, a chance to head up to 9 points. Red hot to open this one here this afternoon.
Hiram Harris is a definition is if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, because he stays ready. Out there ready to hoopy. Not a long time off between his time in Perth and here, but the body is willing, the mind will have him hooping.
Well, early days, but Harris has already scored as much as he is, although Davison changes that, flushes it down.
And there's that passing ability of Harry Froling, creating that opportunity for Carlin Davison moving without the basketball.
Harris to Evans Jr. Great hands, Davison, strap yourselves in. Up and in. Draws the contact, three-point play coming up for Carlin Davison, and as busy as Harris is getting, so too this young 21-year-old athlete.
Well, I like the aggressive in there, getting the steal and determined to get to the cup, not settling. First there we see him moving without the basketball. Nice dribble above the rim, putting damage. And here gonna attack again right into the body of Nick Marshall. You see that explosive move. He closes space so quickly, taking away Marshall's ability to evade that contact.
Bailey keeps it alive off the miss, gets it down low on Plumtree now. We saw them battle in the Rapid League. Bailey getting the better this time.
Big Q says, hey, that was the Rapid League, young fella. We're in the big leagues now. I'll take you to the post house.
Back to two, aggressive. Harris thought there was contact, no whistle. Froling, the big fella, brings it up the floor.
One of the things that makes him so special is just guard-like abilities, can do so many things with a basketball that most bigs can't.
Davison just lost a handle on it. Does keep possession.
Good fight there by Nick Marshall, hustling to get that ball out of the hands of Carlin Davison. See the constant rotations by the Saints. And I think this is going to take its toll as the game goes on. Look in the third and fourth quarter for the Saints to have a little bit more legs, then this Airs team is going to be more dependent on a certain number of players.
Davison unlucky underneath, the hands on Liafa.
Don't mind that foul if I'm Coach Sam McKinnon, though. Pops out there, gets a hand in it, forcing his way through, but a little bit too much contact.
Been good coming out of the timeout, the Airs. Back to two, 3.5 to play in the opening quarter. Liafa trying to step around Froling, good defense in the end. And the Airs with a chance to either level this up or take the lead. Davison. He's been involved in everything so far. Holding off Liafa. Waited for Quentin Bailey to come and join in. Knocked out of play. Going to have 10 on the shot clock. Just waiting for that to change at the moment. Hiram Harris has 9. Carlin Davison has 6.
Oh, we picked the right player for the matchup, didn't we?
Foxwell, his first game in New Zealand. Doubled up high, hard pass for Davison, shot clock at 7. Got to get busy on Liafa. Waited for Liafa to float by. Cannot punish him, but look at Big H underneath.
Well, tremendous footwork by Carlin Davison on the initial shot. Really created a lot of space with that step back, but Harry Froling doesn't give up on the play, just keeps his balance. Look at that great inside position for Froling. Ball bounces fortuitously to him, takes the contact, and off to the Chemist Warehouse. But first we'll have a timeout.
Timeout called by Aaron Young. He wants to have a chat with the Saints. The response has been good from the Airs.
Are we going to go into the Saints huddle, or are we worried about a similar level spray?
Exactly. Just settle in. We've had a couple of fucking shit that's out of character. We'll find our way. I've seen the stack stuff. So when we get that catch, that's fine. Play that little pocket. That means that there's all this space on this side. If we play that, remember we got that creep cut if we can make that pass. Defensively, let's get it red hot here. Let's get after it, be super aggressive, get it out of their hands, any action. DHO, ball screen, any action. All good? Yep. Come on now. Hey, be ready for any kind of press here. I don't think they will, but just be ready for it. Here we go. Here we go. Saints on 3, 1, 2, 3. Saints.
Well, a new home for Aaron Young in 2025. Here he is with the Saints. And this one's always got a home. My home, the Cells NBL Steel Combo, $31.99. That's the opening week special of the season, available till next Tuesday. There's the QR code and the online code, Cells NBL 25. Very, very hungry looking at that right now.
That's looking pretty tasty. Wouldn't mind a garlic knot. Gonna get it for a couple hours though.
You don't even bite into those things. They go down in one gulp, don't they?
It's pretty much just a aperitif.
Froling at the Chemist Warehouse. What a family of ballers the Frolings are. Brother Sam, of course, played for the Airs last season. And Keely and Alicia in their own right, global stars of the game as well. We're back to one.
They've shortchanged Harry Froling of a bucket he had early in the game. They only have him down for one up on the scoreboard in the stadium.
Here's Sean Bruce. Out of Horsham in country Victoria. That is a small town that has produced some mighty talent over the years. The home of Mitch Creek as well, Horsham in northwest Victoria. I'm not sure what they're feeding people in Horsham, but really, really good basketball prodigies coming out of that area.
A lot based on the size of the players.
Liafa to Zinski.
Count as the pass.
Short. Well done, Warren Harris again.
Do we count that one as a pass, or we say that one's going live?
Sure.
Give him an assist for the big fella, taking a 3-point lead.
Warren Harris, fingerprints all over it in the first quarter. Flicking it on Davison to Fletcher.
Great to see Armand Fletcher back in the competition. He is a jackknife of a player, can do things on both ends of the court. And just supreme athletes on the court with him and Davison at the same time.
Mazinski inside, soft touch.
Yeah, a good aggressive play at the body of Harry Froling there. Doesn't let that space stay, so he takes away the shot blocking ability of the Froling's defense.
Telfar down low to Froling. Gets underneath Mazinski and draws contact again.
Well, he's just been really smart with how he's attacking the rim. Taking his time underneath there. You know, he's not the biggest leaper in there, so using the shot fake, using the footwork to get a bit of space. And nice to see him come back after an instant to keep going. There we see Muzinski attacking the rim, finding the contact on the other. Quick spin on the baseline, the shot fake. Stays up there, doesn't get the hoop, but gets the harm. So off to the Chemist Warehouse for two. Another chance for us to talk about the fantastic initiative of the Chemist Warehouse with every free throw made this year. The donation is made to Basketball New Zealand's Hoops in Schools program, bringing hoops to neighborhoods near you faster than they would otherwise be there. Fantastic support by Chemist Warehouse for that.
And looking at the Chemist Warehouse stats, this man with the ball right now, Hiram Harris, 11 points in the opening quarter. Add another 2, he's got 13.
Hiram Harris is aggressively attacking the rim right now. And in transition, you're gonna have to get those bodies in front of him a bit earlier, take away that speed he's getting downhill. Watch out!
Up he goes, and down it goes, Davison.
Well, nice straight line drive, good swing of the basketball, and definitive move by Carlin Davison when he saw that lane open for him.
So powerful, isn't he? Just improving all of the time. Good defense, Froling. Look at the run here. Fletcher, pass was on point, and Fletcher draws contact from Harris.
Hiram Harris looked pretty straight up to me on that one. I think he did a nice job of staying in his cylinder and away from the illegal contact. Don't know if we'll take another look at it. Here we go. Take a look at the dunk. Carlin Davison takes the rip through, cleared for takeoff. Look at that pump. Oh, that is pretty. Here we see transition. Hiram Harris goes up. And when you reach over like that, you're opening yourself up to being called for illegal contact. Didn't stay in his cylinder as much as I initially thought.
First one down.
Tied
Chance
up
for the Airs to take the lead. Harris prominent in this opening quarter. Davison at the other end. Second one down for Armand Fletcher. He's getting busy now as well. Airs out by 1.
Well, this is what you expect in the game between these two teams. Now, let's see how the Saints can execute in the half court. A lot of success in transition, not as much in the half.
Marshall, good drive. Couldn't get it up and in over Jack Andrew. Foxwell now. Telfer gives it up to Davison in the corner. Oh, Carlin.
11 points for Carlin Davison. Averaged just over 15 a season ago. Oh, back in. Good footwork by Hiram Harris.
Did a great job, didn't he? How did he do that, Hiram Harris?
Phenomenal quickness, drops it off. Another player touches it. That's why he's able to touch it after he comes in. Had no one else touched it, it would have been a violation. But it looked like he got his feet in bounds on time. Nice job by Hiram Harris there. That enables Isaiah Liafa to get off to the Chemist Warehouse.
Well, our Chemist Warehouse head-to-head for this one this afternoon. You spoke about it a moment ago,
Spot
Casey.
on.
Hiram Harris, 13 points. Carlin Davison with 11.
Well, I think some of the vets are a little upset that Jackson Ball's getting all this pump for that 40-piece, chasing a 40-piece of their own.
And a 36 last night. Liafa drains a couple.
Pilcher.
Late changes here.
I like the way that Aaron Young is rotating his team here, giving plenty of rest against an air squad that is not going to be as deep.
20 to go. Davison up. And he's off to the line as well.
Best part about that is the bench the entire time is yelling, one shot, one shot. And Carlin Davison is, yeah, but I got this driving lane, coach. Let's go take it up for two.
Well, the way he's played this opening quarter, Casey, I ain't arguing with him.
Hey, well, and I got 11 in the quarter. I'm going to keep going. If the lane opens up, he takes it. But it is a chance for them to get points back. If they take the last shot of the quarter, Saints have nothing coming back to them. If they're able to get a stop, it works out okay, but you don't want to trade 2 for 3 here.
First one's good from the Chemist Warehouse. It's a tough question because the season has only just started. We see the Giants for the first time a little bit later on tonight, but we've seen enough of this young 21-year-old over the last 6 years. Is he the best athlete in the Cells NBL? Just pure athlete?
I mean, when you're talking, there's one time, in terms of leaping, yes. There's probably some faster players. I don't know if anybody has the ability to get airborne to the level that Carlin does. And I still think he's only scratched the surface of what he can do with it.
Saints would love a late basket here. Marshall over Andrew. Good finish. Back to 2. BNZ player timeout available there for the Airs. They didn't take it, but they do lead after the opening 10 minutes of their season here in Wellington. They're out by 2. Casey Frank has Carlin Davison.
Carlin, you got a really aggressive mindset. What are you thinking out there attacking to the tune of the scoring points you put up so far?
I just want to get to the hoop. I just want to get downhill, get to the hoop. My 3-ball dropped finally, but yeah, I just want to be aggressive and stay aggressive downhill.
Appreciate the time. See you in the second quarter. We'll be back after this with the Airs leading the Saints 29-27.
Ladies and gentlemen,
No, my hockey mate, welcome back to the capital this afternoon. 1 down, the Airs lead by 2. Let's go straight down to the sidelines. Sam McKinnon, welcome back to New Zealand. Great to have you with us. And an impressive start. This is a tough battle.
Yeah, they're always a great team down here. Both coaches, we haven't had much prep with the guys, so we're learning on the fly, but I like our resolve right now, even though it's very early. So it's a good game.
Saints playing with a lot of pace and rotating bodies through. You don't have as deep a bench. How are you going to counter their activity and bringing those bodies through the entirety of the game to try and keep your team fresh in the fourth?
Yeah, we'll see how we go. Just got to do a better job on Hiram. Clearly, his year in Perth is frustrating, so he's affecting the game a lot. So I've got to do a good job on him, and I've got to coach and get through bodies and, yeah, solve the problems on the fly.
Sam, I just want to break the rules and slip in a third question. Harry Froling back in action today. How great is it to see this young man back playing basketball?
Scotty. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, Harry's had a well-documented injury, so just world's a funny place, but it was 2 years ago that I was with him, and we're back here together, so yeah, it's great to have him back.
Hey, appreciate your time, Sam. Thanks very much. 29-27, Harry Froling with some good points in that opening quarter as well. It is certainly a Hiram Harris and Carlin Davison show right now. Foxwell making life tough for Liafa. Let's see what Harris can do. Pulls the trigger from 3. Davison back the other way. Oh, a little bit of holding going on inside. That'll be against Harris.
Well, Hiram Harris gets dug in there, and I think it might have just been a lost footing by Harry Froling there, trying to hold things down. But the contact happening at the same time that happens is why he gets the whistle, and why Hiram Harris has picked up his second personal, the only Saint with 2 personal fouls right now.
You've been scouring over the Chemist Warehouse stats. What do you make of them after the first quarter, Case?
Well, it wasn't as much as a scour as you're telling me. I was just trying to check things out a little bit. But what I do see is too many turnovers for the Saints in the opening quarter. They had 5 turnovers to start things off, and the Saints have yet to hit a triple. Expect that to start going the other way as this game goes along.
Big contact inside. Jack Andrew makes the most of it, though. Fortuitous in the end.
The Airs moniker is pretty fortuitous right now. They are up in it.
Liafa for 3. In and out, Froling gets the big claws on it. Now he looks to set things up. Davison using the body of Jack Andrew. Floats it up, Big Jack, the boy from Oamaru, unable to finish. Mazinski did well.
Yeah, good contest by Mazinski. In on the attack by Carlin Davidson, then backed out to get a hand up on the pass as well.
Harris goes back at it. This time Froling fouls.
Eric Froling went with the double hand foul. Slap to the right, then slap with the left. I think he only got it the second time around. Good aggressive drive there by Hiram Harris. And drops that shoulder just a bit, dislodging the bigger Froling to create that space for the finish. And we take another look. Jack Andrew picks it up, puts it down.
Former Nugget, of course. Jack Andrew has spent a few years with the Perth Wildcats. 3 games in the Aussie NBL. And a nice little haircut as well.
Yeah, got the haircut, lost the top knot.
Looking sharp.
This guy's maturing. Scary. They're getting older and everything.
Where are you on that?
I do not mature. No maturing for me, Justin.
You are talking about getting rid of the top knot, and I have a glance over my right shoulder.
I'm like Samson, man. I can't cut my hair. I might lose my strength.
Your kids wouldn't recognize you. Foxwell to Froling. It would be a scary day for your 2 if you went home with the head shape. Froling, that's a nice move.
Well, a tough cover for Hiram Harris. He can do a lot of things, but he can't match the size of Froling. Great patience, takes him down into the grindhouse, easy finish.
These Airs starting to roll, aren't they?
Saints still have yet to hit a triple. They're now 0 for 8 from deep.
Foxwell is going to play some big minutes this season for the Airs. The youngster out
That's
of
a pretty play.
Bulleen in Melbourne, nearly going down. Froling. Now, who's that come off in the end? The Airs are going to retain possession here.
I think that's the right call. Armand Fletcher was trying to grab that ball, but it looked like one of the Saints had knocked it away. Take a look at Armand Fletcher there. Yeah, it looks like Isaiah Liafa with the last hand on it.
Davison off the baseline sends it back to Froling in the corner. That's well short.
If I'm Harry Froling or I'm the Airs, I want Froling in the post. Hiram Harris, good defender, but he's got 2 fouls. I'm going to keep attacking him, hopefully pick up his 3rd.
Marshall to Harris. Another rebound for Jack Andrew. He's starting to get his hands on the ball a bit now too. Margin at 4. Foxwell, foul called.
Just good understanding by Owen Foxwell there as Nick Marshall puts his hand down in on the glass and he just rips through, takes that contact, easy whistle.
Next 3 games for the Saints. They've got the Giants next Thursday night and then the Sharks and the Bulls. No easy games in the Sal's NBL. Timeout called here early in this second. I think it was Aaron Young that wanted to have a chat to his troops again. Just not completely happy with what he's seen so far to start this second quarter.
We're not coming up with that.
Let's have a listen in.
A little 50-50, baseline out of bounds. We got Moose back here for a reason. We're just allowing the catch to falling. Nick, you're just allowing them to come off that action. There's no disruption. We know what they're running. We don't have any disruption in that. We got to generate our own pace, our own momentum. It's not going to just come to us. The looks are great. They're fine. But it starts down there. Reject. Twice. All right. We got to know our player.
Doing that. Do you want me to chase him or shoot the guy underneath? Davidson? I feel like we give you a gap. He's putting us on the curve.
Yeah, because we got Moose here, you don't need to protect the basket as much.
They're just looking for.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, with Froling, keep him out of the middle a little bit with that post-up stuff. Talk to him.
Send something green. You can.
Official stats partner of the Sal's NBL, Chemist Warehouse. Harris has 15, Davison with 13. Armand Fletcher starting to get busy.
Starting to get a little bit busy. He's doesn't a lot of ball in hand, but he's the type of player that doesn't need to pound the air out of the basketball to be effective. I keep on harping on the Saints shooting. 0 for 9 from 3, but inside the arc, 11 for 14 at 78%. Really efficient attacking the rim, just cannot find the range from deep.
Can I just come back to Armand Fletcher for a second, Casey? How important is it for the Airs and their stability, especially early season as Foxwell pulls the trigger, to have an import who wasn't here last year but was here in 23, played well, 18 points a game, to have him come back?
Yeah, it's always good to have somebody you know what you're getting from those. Finally, the Saints hit a triple, 1 for 10. Nick Marshall hits the first, but when you can bring in an import that you know what you're going to get out of, it's really valuable. Even if he isn't the best player in the world, to know exactly what you're going to get out of it is great. Charge on Froling.
Yeah, just raised that arm in the end and caught Hiram Harris across the chops with the elbow.
And especially when it's a player of the talent of Armand Fletcher. He was right on the cusp of all-league when he was here. Meant so much to that team that made it to the semifinals. Looked like it was going to be a finals team as we take another look. Nice little rip through there, and then the elbow straight to the jaw.
Hiram just making sure his jaw is still there.
Well, you know, this is the problem with guarding the big fellas. Sometimes you're in the danger zone. As Harry Froling picks up foul number 2, so he'll head to the pine for a bit. Just a lot of sweat with Hiram Harris hitting the floor, so still cleaning that up. That's why we're not back in play just yet.
You, of course, had your own illustrious career, Casey, 4-time Sal's NBL champ, over 100 games with the Tall Blacks. There would have been a draw or 2 that you collected across the years.
I think I received more than I gave, but you know, certainly had those bows flying just a bit.
Young man, Troy Plumtree.
Well, I really like his aggressiveness. I think the Saints are really expecting him to be a contributor this year, and one of those bevy of teenagers that are trying to make their mark on the league.
Fletcher.
Hiram Harris.
And he's been called for the offensive foul now. Defensively, Hiram Harris.
I mean, speak of this man.
Yeah.
2 fouls. He's got 2 fouls, and he's taken 2 charges in a row. Those can go either way. But putting his body on the line, it slides over perfectly well. He's just, oh, you're going to come at me? Easy money. Straight through my chest, a leading scorer, and right now, best defender on the floor as well.
Well, we talked pre-game about how much we both love watching Hiram Harris play basketball. We didn't get to see the best of him last season, did we?
Never really got to 100% health, was dealing with issues that were just lingering throughout the year. And when we did see him, I think he'd be the first to admit that he wasn't full strength, still extremely effective, but nowhere near the effect he looked like he was going to have early in the season when he was playing, much like he is today.
You'll see a gold strip on the left shoulder of the Saints uniforms as well. I'm going to talk about that in just a moment to explain what that is. There's Marshall.
Now Nick Marshall coming to play up to 11 points, hits the triple. We're finding some activity from him attacking the rim as well. Nick Marshall, 11 points on 5 for 7 from the field. He's also got 4 rebounds, 3 assists, doing a little bit of everything, but this is where he can really shine, getting to the cup, being that slasher and penetrator for a Saints squad that absolutely needs that penetration.
So there's that gold sash, that little gold strip, and you'll see the number 12 in there on the top left shoulder of the uniform. So right across the competition this season on the New Balance uniforms, those that have won championships will have that gold strip with a cup and a number in the cup, and 12 is the highest number you're going to see. Of course, 12-time champs, the Saints. Travel called on Owen Foxwell.
Well, excellent recovery there by Sean Bruce. Hustling back to get in front. Looked like Foxwell had a little bit of space, but they closed the gap quickly. And I do like the gold on the uniforms. A little nod to the history of the Saints squad. And
I'm sure the Airs would like one of those gold patches in the future.
But you got to earn it. Earned, not given.
Nice 8-zip run here for the Saints, although a clumsy turnover there. And a Falcon for Carlin Davison. He has a bit of a smile and a laugh. Says, my bad.
Just lost that ball completely. Scott Telfer put it up. He's just like, where's it at? Where's it at? It was right on point.
I'm sure there's plenty of coaches over the years, Casey, that have said to the young man, Carlin Davison, use your head, son.
There we go. Dun-dun-dun.
Sean Bruce.
Now it's coming together for the Saints. The Airs had taken control, but suddenly the half-court offense humming, a 7-point lead quickly.
And an 11-point run broken by Davison.
Carlin Davison, look at the game expand in front of our eyes. 16 points, confident in the jump shot, not just a driver.
Back to 4. Nice little patch here for the home team. Bruce, corner. That one well off.
Good challenge there by Carlin Davison. He was inside for help and closed the gap outside the contest.
Foxwell.
With the left. Sneaks that through Muzinski. I think Muzinski thought he might have been going back to the right hand, but a little sneaky quick shot by Foxwell cuts it to 2.
I think that's his first points of the game as well. So a lot to come from him this season. Plumtree unable to finish underneath.
Nice created opportunity there by Marshall. So Plumtree unable to get the friendly roll.
Of course, Foxwell's brother involved with Melbourne United in the NBL finals at the moment in Australia, and he just drains a triple.
Well, once you get off the schneid's, that basket gets a little bit bigger. Foxwell with back-to-back buckets.
And Ayres back in front. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Starting to feel it, the boy from Bulleen, the eastern suburbs of Melbourne. So many players have come out of that at that region, I should say.
It's a good thing you explained it to our New Zealand audience, because I don't think we're super familiar with Bulleen.
Nice part of the world, Case.
I believe it. I believe it. You're just all Melbourned out right now. Just thinking about Victoria as you're preparing to disembark the island of the Isles of New Zealand.
I've got a little while here left to go, a little while.
I said preparing.
Just got a clock issue at the moment that's being fixed up. If you're just joining us, our first official clock issue in Wellington came 2 seconds into today's game.
Why you got to bring up old stuff, Justin?
Margin at 1, so the Airs have responded. Here's Liafa. Been a bit quiet so far. That'll certainly help.
Has been letting the game come to him. The ball hasn't found him of late. He certainly is still affecting things defensively, but I like that aggressive drive, get himself involved offensively.
Had 2 35-point games last season, Isaiah Liafa, so we know that he can get going and get going in a hurry. Speaking of get going, Foxwell, 1 look, 2 looks. Both misses. Harris comes up with it. Just under 3 to play. Dougal meter.
I like that look. In transition, a little bit quick, but had plenty of space.
Sky Broadband Rapid League game earlier today. Saints got home 33-21. Davison short on the little teardrop. Here's Liafa. Pass to Harris.
Miscommunication there by the Airs, and Coach Sam McKinnon has seen enough. He takes the time out because the lack of comms on that break allowed Hiram Harris to get a wide open look. He's up to 17 points now. Now the leading scorer in the ball game, just topping the man on the screen right there, Carlin Davidson, who has 16.
So Sam McKinnon to have a chat to his charges. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Nice little pass there, Liafa to Harris. As you said, Casey, he's up to 17. Let's listen into Sam McKinnon.
Just got to get some stops. Just want to go a little bit of this. With their big guys in such deep drops, all right? Massive deep drops. So let's go, Carlin, you bring it up here. Foxy, start there. Sorry, Foxy, you bring it up. Let's get Jack start there. Carlin start there. Armon and Scotty there, all right? Just, Carlin, if you need to set that screen, Jack, just come into that ball screen. And you just clear. You play dunker spot. Play dunker spot. Here we go.
Recognise that, dunkers.
Well, all the great sport keeps coming your way this afternoon on Sky Sport. Auckland FC will be looking to bounce back from a tough draw against the Jets. As the finals approach in the A-League, they take on the Mariners at home. Make sure you tune in live from 4:30 p.m. this afternoon. Sky Sport 2, Auckland FC up against the Mariners. What a season they've had. Back underway here late in the second period. Sal's NBL action also later tonight. Rams and the Giants lock horns. That's always a good matchup to start the season. Davison, just nice hesitation underneath. Good patience.
Good attack, and I like how he doesn't stay outside, cutting to the basket, putting pressure on the teeth of the defense, forcing them to contract. He is up to 18 now.
That's a game high as well. Harris through hands. In fact, Foxwell getting a big hand on that one.
A nice rotation. He understands that if he doesn't get a hand up, that's going to be a pretty easy look on the catch for Liafa. He's able to dissuade that quick reversal of the basketball with a little bit of a touch.
Oh, turnover.
Watch out, what do you got here,
Davison.
Colin?
Up he goes. Hammers it down.
A two-handed windmill. Oh, me. Oh, my.
Sal's NBL highlights show is coming up on Tuesday night every week. And Carlin Davison is going to be, don't worry about a special guest. He's going to be a part of the furniture all season long. Saints respond with a 3 through Bruce.
Well, nice shot by Bruce there, recognizing that Davison went under that screen and he had plenty of space. But Davison up to 20 points already to go along with 3 rebounds and 3 steals. He's aggressive in the passing lanes right now. Sorry, 4 steals.
And Foxwell responds.
Rangy. We are getting a little bit of an offensive display. You can hear the murmurs of concern in the Wellington crowd. Count it. Armon Fletcher gets pinged for the block. I thought that might have been a charge, but they're saying the feet not set. So the hoop, the harm, and a chance for 3. The old-fashioned way at the Chemist Warehouse.
Sorry, Case, this scoreboard ticking through. Oh, look at this. Carlin Davison, the double-hander.
You don't see a lot of windmills in game action. Yeah, on that angle, nice call by the officiating crew. Fletcher not in position. Bruce gets that contact, puts it up, and is able to get himself to the Chemist Warehouse and looking to get to 11 points, which he does on that make. 2-point lead now.
Well, he did say this was going to be a fun game this afternoon, and certainly lived up to that. Foxwell doing some good things over the last few minutes. Speaking of good things, Davison, step back, 3! Oh, bank it in, young man.
He's having a day. He's having a day. 23 points already.
Good time to promote that the BNZ player timeout still available for these two teams because the bank is open for Carlin Davison. Little foul there mid-court. Back and forth this quarter. So many lead changes.
Hey, is the bank open on a Sunday? Must be.
You bet it is.
Here especially at TSB.
23 in the opening half for Carlin Davison.
It's just, you know, a lot of talk about the young guns coming up. I'm still pretty sure he's eligible for that young man award.
He's 21.
Still, yeah, like I don't think he made a lot of the preseason list because I forgot that he's still that young. But what a half of basketball. Just putting this team on his shoulders.
Well, we saw a Jackson Ball 40-piece on Wednesday night. That might be in danger of being eclipsed already.
I think we've got a little mismatch on the score sheet in this in arena. Ayers have 51, Saints have 50 right now. We'll get that fixed up. There it is.
There we go, margin at 1. Davison, he's hungry. He wants to keep feeding Carlin Davison. He won't do it with that shot.
He's just feeling himself just a bit. Nothing wrong with a little bit of a heat check there. But this does give the Saints the chance. I wouldn't mind seeing a player timeout here.
There we
Hiram
go.
Harris calls it.
He knew straight away, didn't he? 9.3 on the clock. BNZ player timeout. So the Saints will advance the ball out of this and look for their final shot. The Airs still have their BNZ player timeout to use. And here's your chance to win some tickets to the big game with thanks to BNZ. QR code on screen. Scan that. Go and fill in all of your details. And with thanks to BNZ, who are inspiring the next generation of ballers, you've got a chance to win some Sells NBL tickets. Ticket to the big game with thanks to the BNZ. What do they do here, Case? 9.3 to play.
Well, I'm getting that ball in the hands of Marshall or Bruce. And Bruce, Hiram Harris pick and roll is certainly a good way to attack, but the quick foul.
I think Carlin Davison thought they had a foul to give there.
They did not. That is his second personal foul, and that will send Bruce straight to the stripe for a couple of attempts in the Chemist Warehouse.
So, bit of an error there for the Airs. And Sean Bruce will saddle up to the Chemist Warehouse. Hopefully some more dollars here donated by Chemist Warehouse to Hoops in Schools. Count that, cha-ching.
Fantastic to have Chemist Warehouse join the BBNZ Hoops in Schools program. Every time free throws hit this season, money will be added to the pot to get new hoops in schools across the country.
And with this, a chance for the Airs to use their BNZ player timeout. So they do. So they'll advance with 8 seconds to play. And a chance to take the lead heading into the half. Opening weeks of the Sells NBL. We're back 26 games, in fact, Casey, in 20 days to start the season. Mad March is with us. BNZ player timeout. The Airs will advance the ball.
Mad it is. It is a crazy amount of basketball. If you like hoops, this is the month to like it.
So now the Airs with a chance. Who do they go to? This man, Davison, Foxwell, down to 4, down to 3. Foxwell, double, lot of contact, no whistle, that'll do us. So an entertaining first half here in the capital this afternoon. The Saints at home for the first time this season. The Airs on court for the first time in 2025. And we've got a thriller. The Saints leading by 1. A lot to like about what we've seen. Stars are on show. Let's head down to Casey Frank.
Well, Nick, good aggressive second quarter there from the Saints. What started going right offensively once you started getting some threes going?
Oh, we're just kind of gelling together. Like, it's only our first week really with the full squad. We've had 2 trainings together. We just need to get stops. That's what's getting us in the break.
Speaking of stops, Scarlett Davidson off to a quick start. He's up there over 20. What can you do to slow down his effect?
We just got to keep him off getting in the paint. He's rejecting stuff. Yeah, just all the little things, not let him get easy ones.
All right, thanks for the time. Good luck in the second half. And I've got Harry Froling coming in here. Fantastic to see you, Harry. First question, how are the lungs?
Yeah, I was feeling it in the first half. Obviously, it's been a long time between drinks for me, so yeah, hopefully second half come out with a bit more wind. So
when you do to get that second wind, Ayers have had some success in the half court. A lot going through Carlin Davidson. What else do you need to do to get a little bit more success outside his pride?
Yeah, I think it's just stops. They're getting downhill and middle on balls the whole time and just sort of getting layups. So upside needs to be there and just tighten it up on D. But obviously we're putting points on the board, so it's all down the defensive end.
Fantastic to see you back. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
One of the big stories of the day, Harry Froling back playing basketball for the first time in 786 days. Saints lead it by 1 at the half. Chemist Warehouse stats not too far away.
Wellington pulls, thanks to our good friends. Wellington City Council, you got the gears on? Keep it going, keep it going. Goggles on last, is it? Once they start, pick up the ball. Click it. Make the shots. Keep cheering them on, ladies and gentlemen. The second one is returned to the library. They've got to balance a book and make the shots. Keep it going, always there. Keep cheering them on, keep cheering them on, keep cheering them on. This end we've got Nate, Brody and Bowden. Down the other end, Quinn, Dixon, and Taruda. They've got the last shot going. Here we go. Big stop. Return it. Library. Down the other end. They're at the lock. This way, this way. Joe Brody. Same as happening down the other end. Keep it going, Brody. The ears are on. The ears are on. Now the ears are on for the last one. You gotta keep the ears on to make the shots. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner down the other end. Quinn Dixon and Tula. Congratulations, you're taking home the Wellington Experience prize pack. Thanks to our good friends at Wellington City Council. Give it up for them, ladies and gentlemen. Double passes to Disney, the magic of animation. 10 shirt to Wellington Pools and a double pass to the Saints. South and Sharks on the 26th of March. Now it's time for the Cells Angel.
Welcome back to the Capital. Aaron Young speaking to his Chargers at halftime. The Saints lead this one by 1. Good contest. 52-51. The Saints and the Airs putting on another great show. So the Saints lead it by 1. Of course, the Rams and the Giants to come a little later today as well. What a thrilling opening week it's been in the Sal's NBL. Now, we've got an important message for Sky viewers who have a black Sky box. Simply leave the box plugged in and powered on at the wall. Standby mode is okay. And of course, we are about to welcome our new satellite in April. By doing this, it'll help create a smooth switchover experience. If you have other Black Sky boxes at home, please make sure these are plugged in and ready to go. Well, Carlin Davison, the young man, can certainly play basketball, and he put on a show, Casey Frank, in the opening half.
Well, this is the type of talent that we expect to see on display, but it's great to see the aggressiveness come with Carlin Davison today, attacking the rim, showing off that jump shot as well. Not just a one-trick pony, 9 for 14 from the field, shooting at 66% from inside the yard, 3 assists, 2 rebounds, and I think most importantly for the Airs, 4 steals, getting those easy buckets in transition. Great to see that aggressiveness from him.
And leading the way for the Wellington Saints, no surprises here, Hiram Harris.
Hiram Harris came out in that opening quarter and was on a tear completely, getting through 13 points in the opener. It started to involve some of his teammates as that went on, but he set the table for the Saints to come from and find their range from deep. 7 for 11 from the floor, really taking advantage of his abilities in there, but he also had 5 rebounds, 4 assists in that time, and just 1 turnover as a hub of the offense. And there we see the full stats from both teams. Not much difference between the two. Rebounds pretty close. 4 more assists for the Saints. Fouls around the same. Turnovers pretty much the same. Those 4 steals by the Airs keeping them in it. Both teams been through the line 11 times. The Saints, a perfect 11 for 11.
So there's the Chemist Warehouse halftime stats. There's a half to play. Stick around. Coming up after the break, a special tribute to Kevin Braswell. Don't go away.
He was a dear friend of mine. Spent heaps of time with him. Still spoke to him quite regularly up until he got sick. So, yeah, he'll be missed a lot. He was a good human being, someone that gave his all to the game, gave his all to our club when he was with us. To the Wellington community, you know, the way I would say it is that he would treat our best player and our youngest or 15th or 18th guy exactly the same as each other, you know. He had no qualms about whoever it was in front of him. He would treat them all the same and work them out all the same and gave back to the game.
The Southland Sharks are the 2015 Bartercard NBL champions.
They beat us in the final in Wellington. I was on that team. It was pretty heartbreaking. He obviously announced his retirement and said he was going to get into the coaching realm. Had been talking with Southland, couldn't come to an agreement. I reached out to him as a friend and someone who knew him. Said, "Oh, what are you doing, man?" And he goes, "Let's jump on a call." And about 3 or 4 days later, we had a 3-year contract signed for him to be our head coach, and the rest is history.
The Wellington Saints are the 2017 NBL champions, and they are history-making with 20 wins and no losses.
We lost a really good one. Sending love to Grace, Harlow and Hendricks, his 2 kids and his wife that I've left behind, but his legacy will live on through our club, through Southland, through the Breakers and through our country.
So many great memories, such a legacy. The great late Kevin Braswell leaves to basketball throughout New Zealand, throughout Australia and so many other places around the world. Third quarter about to get underway. Of course, all of the teams in memory of Kevin Braswell wearing the black strip, the black stripe in the opening week of the season. Saints by a point, back underway. Sunday afternoon basketball in the Sal's NBL here in the capital. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you may be watching right around the world. Marshall with the opening shot. Loose ball, look at Harris get after it.
Hiram Harris, the H stands for hustle. Getting another rebound with his work rate.
And now Bruce fires away. That one short as well. Froling makes sure of the rebound this time around, and now the Airs will get their opening passage of play in the second half.
This third quarter, I look for the Saints to pick up the pace and pick up their work rate. They've been shuffling those bodies through, and this is a much, the Airs team not quite as deep as we see Harry Froling with an easy catch and finish. But in this fourth quarter, if they can keep attacking the entire time, I think in that fourth, that's when the Airs are going to start to wear down.
And yet another lead change. Liafa just hasn't found his stroke so far here today. Foxwell busy in the second period. Fletcher has 8 points. We know he can get going. Loose ball tapped out. Bruce eyeing up Foxwell.
Oh, what a block.
Big block.
With the left.
Carlin Davison.
With the left. A nice job, firstly, by Owen Foxwell to put his body on the line and take that contact. Bruce goes through strong, trying to get it up, but sets it up for the perfectly timed block. That is beautiful.
I want to get another look at this if we can quickly. Have a look where Davison comes from. Just have a look in the foreground. We'll have a look in a second.
I think he's outside the three-point line when that contact starts between the two of them, but fantastic effort by Carlin Davison, using that skill, that athleticism to good use.
Liafa, there you go. Found that stroke.
It's never going to be too long until he finds that jumper. It's always waiting in the wings.
Trolling, pass inside, loose ball. Well done by Mazinski. And look out, because Liafa can get going quickly. Foxwell around the Froling screen. Pass wasn't good. Fortuitous underneath Andrew. Corner, Fletcher, Froling for three. Gee, that looks sweet off the hand.
The ball has been bouncing quite luckily for this Air squad, and it's always better to be lucky than good. And you can get the ball in the hands of Harry Froling. Up to 11
Harris,
points now.
Offensive foul.
I don't know if he meant to take that one, but he ends up taking it. Where's that one hard? What a great little series of plays by Froling. The three on one side, here on the other side. But take another look at this other angle of Carlin Davison. Not even in your screen. Oh, boom. You think you got a chance and then you don't. Owen Foxwell saying, thank you, Carlin.
Well, we were talking about this in the first half, weren't we, about the most athletic player in the competition, and you talked about the hops of Carlin Davison. I mean, there they were, right there on display.
There they are on display. We've got to see the rest of the import squad first, but I don't know if anybody's got that same level of vertical that he does.
Foxwell, he's going to go to the line for 3.
Well, Plumtree gets the contact there. Nice recognition by Foxwell of the gamble, the quick little crossover to get himself in position to shoot. And then Plumtree just a little aggressive on the challenge. He overshows there. He wants to get a hand up, but definitely contact. Not a ton, but certainly enough to go to the line.
How have you found the Melburnians game? Because it just felt like he took about 10 minutes to get going, but gee, he started to really liven things up in the second quarter.
He's so shifty, and it's all, you know, he's a natural lefty. He doesn't have a ton of size, but he's got so much quickness, but he's tough. Gets inside, so it's going to take him a little bit of time to figure out exactly what his role is on this team. You know, he's playing the point guard, but he's a scoring point guard as well. And when you are that scoring point guard, it's always wise to set the table, make sure everybody else eats. And now, you know, we're about halfway through the meal. Well, I'm going to go get seconds now. I'm going to start worrying about myself. And now you see him moving up the line. He's up into double figures now with 10. And that's going to continue as the second half progresses.
You ever notice that it always comes back to food for you, Case?
With purpose. Oh, nice hustle there by Marshall. Takes away that assist possibility.
And amongst Jack Andrew, Carlin Davison, and Harry Froling, who's this foul going to go on?
Who's that? If it's on Fletcher, that's his 4th. He's in the vicinity. It is on Jack Andrew. He picks up number 2.
I think Jack will happily take that one. Marshall about to go back to the Chemist Warehouse.
Good aggressive move, surrounded by bodies. Yeah, there, Jack Andrew just on the arm there. Good solid whistle. And Marshall, who had a nice first half, looks to add to it here.
Going to see a new look Giants team tonight. Casey up against an undermanned Rams team. Who do you fancy?
It's a good question because the Giants not quite at full strength yet either. They're still looking to, you know, they got one big fella who still needs to come down from Japan.
Cal McRae, yep.
But I did not like what I saw out of the Rams in that first one. They obviously not at 100%, but they did not match the work rate of the Flyers. You know there's one thing coming from the Giants, it's work rate.
Rapid League from 5:30, Salza NBL from 6:30. Judd Flavel to join us in commentary right throughout the season. Can't wait to hear him with Nick Bewley. Rams and the Giants. Right now, though,
Carlin Davison is just on the hunt at the rim.
Marshall stepping back over the top, gets the soft roll.
That's tough. Nice extended contest there by Jack Andrew, but Marshall with the fadeaway just creates enough space to get that little leaner in.
Carlin Davison, 5 steals, by the way, as well. Fletcher, block. Well done by Marshall.
A little bit of contact there.
Plumtree somehow kept it in. Liafa, one way, then the other, dishes it off to Mazinski, who's fouled, and that might be Fletcher.
Is that going to be Fletcher, or is that going to be Carlin Davison up high? Fletcher's trying to say I'm nowhere around it, but he gets the whistle, and that's foul number 4. There it is. Let's take another look at it. Where's Fletcher involved? Here comes in Liafa. He gives that dish in, and the swipe down that didn't look like it hit anything from that angle, but the swipe was there. Sometimes if it looks like a foul, it's going to be a foul.
So some slight concern here for Ayers coach Sam McKinnon.
Well, it's not just that you lose Fletcher, it's that now your bench is that much shorter. This is already a team that's only really going 6, maybe 7 deep. Well, seven deep, and now you're forced for those extended minutes. It's going to be really important for Scott Telford to come out and produce over these next few on both ends of the court.
5 points in the game now for Nick Mazinski. Big Saints center import. Davison up and under. Looked good, couldn't finish. A block there for Mazinski, and here come the Saints. Marshall now. Plumtree, wide open 3, gives it up, sends it out. Sean Bruce.
Got a leaker, could Froling find him?
Froling! Oh, Davison, how did he keep that in? That is amazing. Telfer can't convert.
Somebody called the NFL. We got a quarterback and a receiver that needs to be in this year's free agency class.
Gee whiz. Liafa.
I can't believe how excited I was about that non-bucket highlight. That Carlin Davison catch was something else, man.
How about the pass?
That's an X streak on the gridiron. Carlin Davison somehow finding that one. Beautiful find by Harry Froling.
Have a look at this. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay.
Look how far this is. Davison, unbelievable catch there. In the back of the end zone.
Harry Froling threw that like a marble.
Harry Froling, I mean, we heard Coach Sam McKinnon speak about the things he's excited about Harry bringing to the court, and passing is one area where he's really gifted. He likes to find his teammates. Sometimes he gets a little ambitious, which I appreciate, because if you're not going to thread that needle, well, you're not going to sew much of a coat.
Saints by 3.
Getting a little sloppy now. The Airs need to. I expect a timeout if there's a bucket here.
Marshall, getting up high. Luca Richards getting some burn.
Airs need to stop turning over the basketball right now. They need to be just a bit more definitive with their play. Mismatch in the post. What does Froling do?
Fletcher off with 4 fouls. A lot of contact there. Nearly went down for Froling as well. He'll have to do the heavy lifting from the Chemist Warehouse.
I think his teammates did the heavy lifting, picking him up off the floor.
Let's have a look at this again. Richards with the foul.
Luca Richards, a nice signing for the Saints, peeling away from the Jets just up the road. But it gives him another big body. That time just not big enough to keep Harry Froling from getting where he wanted to go.
Former Jet, of course, Luca Richards. Here's Harry Froling, 11 in the game. He can make that 12. Great return to basketball for the Australian centre. Nearly 160 games in the Aussie NBL. He was also the 2019 Aussie NBL Rookie of the Year. Makes a couple there. And we're back to 1. Seesawing contest, a lot of lead changes. Just what you want to see from two of the teams that many experts believe will be right in the mix come the final 6. Liafa with the miss. Plumtree on the spin. Great hands inside by Foxwell.
Once again, important for the Airs to take care of the basketball. Already have 4 turnovers this quarter after having just 7 in the first half.
Davison with the miss. Liafa, the little runner. Now the Airs reset again. Just over 4 to play in this third quarter. Davison just scoops it down inside to Bailey.
That's a really impressive pass, tough angle. Bailey gets a strip though.
Marshall now, unable to convert from the corner.
The ball is just finding Carlin Davison right now. That's his 5th rebound of the ball game.
Hasn't scored this quarter though, Case. Foxwell, Telfer can hit a triple, that one deep. Luca Richards with the rebound, and the Saints reset Liafa. This is probably a good move here, just slow it down for a moment. Although that changes in the blink of an eye, and he can't convert.
But he recognized the matchup perfectly. Right now, in transition, he sees that Quentin Bailey's matched up with him, so he just pretends he's going to the screen and the instant attack. Unfortunate, he could not get the finish there.
Airs next 3 games. Got the Jets next up. There's Liafa. Drawing contact. No whistle, off hands. Saints are going to keep it. Airs next 3. Jets, Tuatara and the Hawks. Geez, every one of those games is a battle, isn't it? That's what you love to see in the Sal's NBL. Here's Sean Bruce leaving it short.
Airs doing a nice job of controlling the glass right now. Lots of long shots, long rebounds, but the Airs been gobbling up those boards.
Davison. Chance to add some points now. Came down just a little bit gingerly on that ankle. Oh, look out, might be a cramp.
Yeah, that's a cramp. This is what happens early in the season. Carlin Davidson, yeah, he spent the year with the Breakers, but he wasn't playing these kind of minutes in games. And it doesn't matter how much you practice. The game is harder. Always will be. And if he's got cramps here in the third, those don't get better during the game. You just have to keep the fluids in. You need some potassium, get a banana. As you love to talk about the pickle juice, Justin. Some pickle juice, but a banana, some coconut water. Got to get some of those minerals in there. And there's going to be a sub for Davison if he's able to make two, just to give him a little bit of a break.
Have you ever had a swig of that pickle juice, by the way?
I mean, I enjoy pickle juice on its own.
No.
Oh yeah, I'll just take a shot. I eat the pickles just so I can get to the juice at the end.
Oh, come on. Can we get a Sal's Pizza ad back up on the screen? I'm going to get the pickles out of my mind. Oh, dear.
Well, I'm not going to lie. Occasionally, my wife, Mia, will see the pickle juice just kind of going lower and lower and the pickle staying the same. She knows who to blame.
You know what I think we need on Sky Sport? I've just thought of this.
Casey Frank Eats?
Well, you talk about food so often. We need a Casey Frank cooking show on Sky Sport. Hey, sports kitchen or something like that. Casey's Kitchen, hamburgers,
like
all that sort of stuff, hot dogs.
If only you weren't leading the company, you could try and get this done for me, Justin.
Airs by one. I've got 3 months to get that contract done for you, Case. Leave it with me. Jack Andrew, the big fella.
Well, good to contest by Plumtree, but Andrew in control in the air, switching to the left for a really clever finish to give the Airs a 3-point lead.
The boy from Oamaru. There's a foul there against Quinton Bailey, all wrapped up. This game is right on the edge. Nothing separating the Saints and the Airs, Case.
Beautiful little pocket pass there, but look at that. Just switched from the right to the left, and here we see Quinton Bailey, the arm wrapped around him. That's where the foul is. Plumtree does well to get the ball up and earn a trip to the Chemist Warehouse, where we'll mention once again that Chemist Warehouse is a fantastic partner that's come on board for the Hoops in Schools program. Every free throw this made goes into the kitty to raise funds for hoops all across Aotearoa to help that next generation of basketball player hone their skills and maybe be under these bright lights one day.
Yeah, love it. Really, really good. Couple down there from the Chemist Warehouse.
And there's that calf being worked on for Carlin Davidson, and there's the pickle juice.
Right on cue. I like it. Casey's Kitchen. Got a ring to it.
I love alliteration. It always works.
Are you going with a hamburger or a hot dog on night one of Casey's Kitchen?
First of all, let's understand that I have much better culinary skills than a hamburger or hot dog, okay?
Well, that's yet to be proven, of course. Airs by one. Plumtree on the turnaround. Oh, well done, young man.
He's so comfortable going back to that preferred left hand. Excellent balance to get in there. He wanted to take off. He's in the same frame as Carlin Davidson in terms of his vertical athleticism. He can really get up. He wants to take off, but he does well there. Recognizes the defender in front of him, gathers, goes back to the spin to finish. Kind of fading away, but takes the foul. And now off to the Chemist Warehouse with a chance to gain the lead.
You talk about iron sharpening iron. What about Jack Andrew being a part of the Perth Wildcats for the last few years and just some of the players and bodies that he would have to bang up against in training?
That's one of the most important things about being a developmental player. It's very aptly named because you're developing. Every day in training, you're there. Some of the starters, they get to take a training off here or there, but you're there learning how to apply your trade, learning how to guard bigs, especially in the Australian League. Obviously, a lot of quality there in the low post, and that was so important for him a few seasons ago to get those 2 years of opportunity. And he's still looking to catch back on again, but still got a chance to finish big in his career as Harry Froling finishes big around the rim.
Yeah, speaking of big, that was nice and strong, wasn't it? Froling moves up to 15 points in his return to basketball with the runner. That was sweet, wasn't it, from Sean Bruce?
Sean Bruce finds that little space and hits that shot. The back and forth affair continues. Lead change after lead change.
Been plenty of them. Froling for three now. Just kicked out that foot on release. They go again, the Airs. Chance to retake the lead. We've got a whistle here. Now, there's something off the ball.
That's Dugomita there, just with that elbow to Froling, he was cutting through. I don't mind the bump at all, but you have to bump with your chest. And that's easier said than done when you're giving up about 7 inches and 40 kilos. Here he comes through. There's that little elbow there. Just trying to be felt. Now, if a guard did that to me on one possession, that guard better keep his head on a swivel the next time down the court, because what goes around comes around.
Well, the disappointing thing here, Casey, for Aaron Young from that foul, and I think Dugomita really gets it now. I mean, he's giving up points, and this game, I mean, it is so tight.
But you don't mind that kind of foul as a coach. You want to see it. Oh no, that was knocked off Oretta. That's going to get changed. Good job by the officiating crew to come together and talk about it. Let's see if they swap it around. And they do. Good chat there. Good job by Kellen Welsh to come in, speak to Amy Jo Clark and say, what'd you see? This is what I saw. Have a conversation, get it right. But back to the foul on Dugomita. If I'm a coach, I love that I have a guard that's in there trying to mix it up with the biggest guy on the court. Dropping that elbow, getting a little physicality. You need that kind of activity to wear guys down. And this is what it's about for the Saints. I think they just need to continue wearing down the airs because they have the bonus of bodies.
All tied up. Oh, great shot.
He reaches
out by 2.
With 11 points.
Davison out of control, in control, and makes the basket.
Man, when it's going right, it's going right. You can tell that calf is not where it needs to be. This is going to bug him for the rest of the game. The thing about that cramp is, even if you get it fixed, depending on how bad it is, it's going to be quite sore. But once a cramp comes in, every time you try and explode in the calf, you're going to get that same grab and pinch. And it's depending on the severity, I mean, it can be debilitating. Sometimes you get I had cramps in my calves before where I couldn't straighten my legs. I couldn't stand up for 20 minutes at a time. Obviously, it doesn't look like he's to that level, but it's going to be on the back of his mind for the rest of this game.
He's certainly feeling it at the moment, isn't he? Chemist Warehouse stats, Carlin Davison, game high 27 points. He's got 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 5 steals as well. Quite the afternoon for the young star from the Airs. Back underway, all tied up. The Arthurs had a good quarter. Splits the middle. Oh, around the back, hot dime. Will we get a shot here from Arthur Pilcher? We will. Underneath.
Long tree. Oh, sorry, Luka Richards.
That was special, wasn't it?
Up on the rim. So much young athleticism in this Saints squad.
Gives them the lead. Foxwell. Pilcher couldn't control him. Ends up with Davison. Head down. Hands it off to Froling. One side to the other. Telfer. Gee, looked good off the hand. And there's a foul off this, is there?
No, I think that's just out of bounds. I think that's just out of bounds.
Both teams rotating their benches right now. There's a huge last quarter of basketball still to come.
Beautiful finish here by Luka Richards. Up and onto the rim. Gets the friendly bounce as well.
And that gives the Saints the lead. Contact there. Richards called for it. Froling's heading back to the Chemist Warehouse.
Just veteran basketball for Harry Froling. He sees he's got a younger player in there. He's got that size advantage. He's going to take his time. Richards picks up his second personal. But good minutes here. I think at the way that Aaron Young is bringing in this young squad at the end of quarters. You see Pilcher, you see Luka Richards here, telling those guys to bring the energy.
First one down for the 26-year-old Harry Froling. Has played in the NZNBL before, Southern Huskies back in 2019. Second one is good as well, so he's starting to leave a big impression on this game. 18 now.
And just realize that the Froling we see today is going to look nothing like the Harry Froling we see at the end of the season.
Agree.
He's still working his way back, I think both physically and mentally. It's going to be a long journey, but fantastic to be here for those first steps.
Bruce. Liafa turns it over. Late shot. Nothing there for the Airs. And look at this for a contest here this afternoon. Sunday hoops in the NZNBL. tied up at 71 apiece. Casey's got Sean Bruce with him.
Well, Sean, tough quarter there, back and forth affair. What's key for the Saints to get it going in the fourth?
Stops and look after the ball. That's it.
Thanks a lot for that one. We'll be back after this with a neck-and-neck fourth quarter between the all-tied-up Saints and Airs.
Women's basketball New Zealand, I hope she's taller than her dad. One more quarter left in round one. Make some noise, we got the Airs. Make some noise, we got the Saints. One more time, let's get louder. Make some noise, we got the Bills Saints. Let's go, TSB.
8 lead changes in the third quarter and an amazing 21 lead changes here this afternoon. We're tied up after 3 quarters, 71 apiece. Let's head straight down to the sidelines. In new colours in 2025, Aaron Young, coach of the Saints, joins us. Aaron, neck and neck, unbelievable game so far. What are you looking for in the last quarter here from your Chargers?
Just we can get 3 stops in a row and build some momentum off our defense. Early on, there's always going to be a lack of understanding of what we're trying to do, spacings. But we can just do a better job of second chance points. That's what's kind of kept them in the game.
You were able to force a few more turnovers in that second quarter. How can you continue that activity and further dent in this Taranaki Airs half-court offense?
Just staying with it. I think we just got to understand that early on it's not going to be perfect. If we make the hustle plays, win the 50-50s, we'll do good.
Appreciate your time, Coach. Looking good in blue, by the way. Aaron Young joining us from the sidelines. Fantastic that the coaches and players give their time as they do. Gives us a real insight. Basket for basket to start this fourth quarter, I should say. And we are locked up at 73 apiece. Saints go ahead. That is now officially, Casey, 23 lead changes. Remarkable.
8 in just the third quarter alone, picking up right where we left off here in quarter number 4.
Foxwell. Really good battle with Liafa.
Oh, look at that defense.
He's known for it, isn't he? Andrew has to go late in the shot clock, and he does. Big Jack.
Gives him the dirk. Had nothing to do with it, but uses his height, and here comes Hiram Harris on the attack the other way.
Didn't score in the third, Hiram Harris. Marshall long way from home. We've seen Liafa hit shots from mid-court here. Harris found a way through, left it short.
Good footwork, couldn't get that finish, but look at Harry Froling off the break, baby!
Burst of speed from Big Harry.
When the train's coming through, you best get off the tracks. Because that was coming through with some pace. Great skill set for a big guy. Able to dribble the ball like that. Bruce is not going to let him get that finish. And Big Harry Froling gives him a little lick at the stain. Buzz, buzz, little fly.
And good work there from the Barter card officials, just to let that first little bump go and give him the chance to get to the basket. That was good to see.
Yeah, nice to see Harry Froling aggressive out there with the basketball. Playing really free. 786 days It is certainly changed around. And he's having an excellent game, 11 points. So I'll make that 18 points.
Spent a bit of time at the Chemist Warehouse as well, hasn't he?
18 points, 5 rebounds for him as well.
So Ayers by 1. Liafa, Harris, they've teamed up a few times here this afternoon. Marshall is showing some good signs on debut in the Sal's NBL, and that's a great sign.
Yeah, nice pass by Muzinski there. The give and go, classic basketball. Marshall explodes for the rim to take the lead again.
25 lead changes. What a game of basketball. Welcome to season 2025. Rated E for entertainment, and we're getting it right now. Turnover. Look who comes up with it. Harris, Liafa. Crowd would have gone wild off the back of that.
Man, is that Liafa? That's a shot that he expects to go down.
Oh, Foxwell.
Foxwell a bit disappointed, I think, in that miss. Had done all the hard work to get around Muzinski. The bump, the third personal foul on Muzinski, sends Foxwell off to the Chemist Warehouse for 2.
Long season ahead of us, Casey, and we're seeing these two teams for the first time today. Still yet to see the Giants. And again, as I say, early days, but where do you see these two in the mix?
I think the Saints, I had them up towards the top. I actually think with all said and done, they might be the team that ends up with the best record in the competition. A lot of water to go under the bridge till then. And then Taranaki, there's a group of 4 or 5 teams that I think are on that cusp. You know, I'm looking at Hawke's Bay, I'm looking at Franklin. I have to toss Southland in there as well with the Airs as teams that are going to be in that fighting for that 4 and 6 position, that's 5 and 6 position to get in. But looking at the Airs, they look to be a little bit better than I thought they were in my initial preseason thought process.
Such a competitive competition. Crowley pulls up for 3, leaves it short. Saints looking to extend here. Every point so important right now. Fancy stuff, Liafa. Harris now on Davison. Our Chemist Warehouse match up today. And Harris, what a dime that was to Muzinski. Timeout called by Sam McKinnon. 4-point margin. And now the Airs forced to respond. 6:54 left to play here this afternoon.
Beautiful offense there by Hiram Harris, taking his time in the post, and Nick Muzinski goes down to the dunker spot. Watch him just work his way to a scoring position. Froling helps, but he helps on the low side. Because he helps on the low side, that opens up the passing lane going the other way. If Froling's higher, he takes away that passing angle.
Here's Sam McKinnon.
We need this nail filled. High hands in this nail, all right? We're getting that on that post up. Make it one-on-one with Hiram. He wants to bring others into it. Make it one-on-one. Fix those few things and we're good. Nail help needs to be better. Carry hands, make him skip. Good closeouts. Offensively here. Let's try this. Foxy, this side here. Carlin, Harry, Q, Scotty there. Pin down, Carlin, ghost that. Slow up Fox with his left hand. Here we go. There's on 3.
Looks like the Airs will be looking for Owen Foxwell out of this timeout. Been a lot of talk about food this afternoon for good reason. We're back. The Sal's NBL. And what a start this is. Look at this for a special. The Sal's NBL Steel Combo. That would make its way to Casey's Kitchen, that one.
I think I could pull that pizza off.
I think it's already made its way to your kitchen.
Once or twice.
Once or twice. Back underway. Long way to go in this game. What a contest. Let's see what the Airs bring out of that timeout. Foxwell.
This is where you expect the Petit to start shooting in. Coming out of the timeout. Big bucket there by Harry Froling. Showing off that impressive skill set he has. He can put it on the floor. He can finish with a soft touch as well.
He's up to 20 now. Big return for him. Marshall. Done some nice things. So too Harris. So too Bruce. Back to Harris. Just indecision, wasn't it? Do I shoot? Do I pass?
Well, that's the size of Froling on the weak side. Initially looking like he's going to contest, and I think Harris determined he was going to pass that before he actually got to where he was. but if he would have gone up with it, it would have been a pretty easy layup.
Bruce now scoops it up, draws contact. He'll head to the Chemist Warehouse.
That's a vet play. You feel the body of the defender underneath you, just get that arm underneath and force the officiating crew to blow the whistle. He just kind of gets around in the body, he feels that little push on the hip, and he knows he's going to get the whistle if he goes up with it.
Armand Fletcher sitting with 4 fouls at the moment for the Airs. No doubt Sam McKinnon will pull the trigger there at some stage. Bruce on the first, in and out.
And Sean Bruce has turned into a real timely signing as we see Armand Fletcher still on the bench. 4 personal fouls. They got to save him for the last 4-minute stretch. Sean Bruce, a late signing, only here temporarily, but it's going to be good cover, and especially with the possibility of Shea Illy possibly missing some time. He's out for tonight's grand final game for the United. No concussion after taking that head knock, but still out of precaution, taking some time off, and I wouldn't be surprised if, even after the season, he does continue to play, if he takes a little bit more time at the end of it.
Nice trap defense there by Bruce.
Going to be an 8-second, can he get it? Oh, Foxwell putting on the handles.
And they may score out of it. Telfer left it short from the corner.
Telfer's had some nice looks, but has not been able to drop them.
0 of 4 shooting for the Junkyard Dog here this afternoon. Scotty Telfer has to play some defense now on Marshall.
That's just tough shot. Gets in there, uses the athleticism, gets it up, and the lead up to 5, the largest it's been in some time.
Now the Airs have to respond. Just over 5 to play. Davison struggling with a cramp here in the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Last time the lead was 5 points. It was halfway through the second quarter. Saints were up 6.
Fletcher and Andrew about to come back. Bruce bodies and drains it.
Tough. The veteran coming up big down the stretch, uses physicality to lose Telfer as the defender, draining the triple up to 19 points.
And look at this, margin at 8 now. Crowling.
Too big.
Brings it back to 6.
Too big. Give him a little pass fake, settled his feet, and hit the nice little mid-ranger.
Harris, they all leave him alone on the arc. Wide open shot for Hiram Harris.
Nice offensive rebound there by Muzinski. He's had a quiet game, but effective. 12 points for him with a bunch of rebounds.
Shot clock at 4, at 3. Liafa time, no.
Man, the buddies have been bouncing on Isaiah Liafa today. Cannot get the close ones to drop.
Foxwell.
A big board by Liafa in transition.
And now the Saints want to steady it down. Sky Broadband Rapid League earlier today. Saints got home over the Airs, 33-21. Big shot here, Sean Bruce. Timeout Airs, and the Saints are making their run. They're out by 9 with 4:13 to play. And the boy from Horsham, the farmer from the outback, Sean Bruce, lighting it up.
So I'm guessing Horsham's out of the city centers, but there we see the gem shot. Bruce comes off, knows it's good. It's left his hand. He's already got his hand up, walking the other way. And this is exactly the time that those tired legs of the Airs are starting to get heavier. The rotations of Aaron Young throughout the game, getting bodies in. That's meant his team's fresher here in the last 5 minutes, and that's where they're pulling away. You see the 9-point lead. Can they keep it? Can they, or do the Taranaki Airs have one last push?
More than 25 lead changes here this afternoon.
Scotty, bring it up here.
Sal's NBL highlight show coming your way every Tuesday night, and gee, there's going to be some highlights out of this game. What can the Airs conjure up? Margin at 9, Sean Bruce. Up to 24 in the game, 22 I should say, 22 for Sean Bruce. First time we've seen him in Saints colours since 2018. And I think he averaged about 11 points per game back in 2018.
Sean Bruce, just 3 points in the opening quarter, 2 points in the opening quarter. Has been on a tear since then. Big shot there by the Airs.
Yeah, Fletcher back into the game and straight away adds 3. That was handy out of the timeout. Here's Bruce again. Don't tell me. Oh, don't tell me. Bang, bang, Sean Bruce. How about that, Saints fans? Finding voice. Great setup by Owen Foxwell. Big finish, Jack Andrew. They're not done with yet, the Airs. Just under 3.5 to play. Back to 6.
Well, Foxwell also coming up big down the stretch. All about defense for the Airs. They need to string together stops. The Saints want the ball in this man's hands.
5 assists for Owen Foxwell today. Bruce. He's showing his class, the 34-year-old. 13 seasons in the ANBL. Been with Sydney for the last 6. And he is showing his talent.
Foxwell doesn't like the call, but he was out of position. Bruce does a nice job of leaning in, and Foxwell's just trying to come through, but there's contact on the shooter there. That's why the whistle goes his way.
He's almost played 350 games in the Aussie League. You can see the experience right now, Case.
With the story about how he worked his way back into the competition. You know, he was had a chance early, and quite often, if you get that first chance as a young player in the Aussie League and you don't contribute right away and you don't, you know, make a name for yourself, carve out your lane, well, there's a lot of other bodies to replace you. But he went back, NBL 1, worked his way back into the competition and became such a valued piece of that back-to-back Sydney Kings championship run.
And he's got 26 after making those 2 from the Chemist Warehouse. Leading scorer for the Saints this afternoon, and look at this. Margin at 8. Telfer just turns it over, the pressure from Harris.
Carlton Davison going to the bench and saying we just need a better ball handler there. Time out to the Saints. 3 minutes left. They're going to discuss how they can close this out.
I know one of the awards each year, Casey, Defensive Player of the Year. The Saints, Liafa, Harris, Illy.
They are going to knock themselves out of it. But let's talk about Harry Froling right now and the game he's put together today. We mentioned 786 days without basketball in his life. And he's made it last. 22 points, work on the yoke glass, using his size, displaying that soft touch that he always can put on display, the handle, the passing. Fantastic to have you back in New Zealand, but better to see you on the hardwood, Harry. It's going to be a nice season watching you play, but today's pretty special. Win or lose, today's pretty special.
Yeah, it is, no doubt. The family back at home will be watching on, out of Townsville, of course. Sam Froling started in this competition for the Airs last season before heading to the NBA for Summer League. 2 sisters who are stars in their own right, Alicia and Keely. They'll all be watching on, very, very proud this afternoon of their brother, Harry Froling. And boy, has he made a big dent on this game. All of the stats, of course, with thanks to our friends at Chemist Warehouse. Not long to go here, 3 to play. The Airs hanging in there. It's been quite the contest. 25 lead changes if you're just joining us. But right now, through Sean Bruce, the Saints have made their move.
And they're going back to him. Isaiah Liafa on the weak side.
Left alone, usually puts them down, Liafa.
That was a rim touch by an Airs player while the ball was on the rim. That could have been a goaltend to get away with it.
Up fake, Froling, contact, makes it.
He's not done yet. 24, gonna try and make it 25 in a second, and back to a 2-possession ball game. Lazinski.
Yeah, I think he's pleading that the foul came on the floor. You're not going to get that, Nick.
The ball's in his hands, and he's already gathered. So I don't mind a good debate, but you're on the losing side of that one.
That debate's not going to be won. For the bonus from the Chemist Warehouse, he adds another 25.
Harry Froling, welcome back with a 25-piece. Not bad, 8 for 15 from the field.
Can they stand up defensively? Bruce setting up Bazinski, 2 for the Saints.
Bazinski's a solid pickup for these guys. Doesn't need a lot of the ball to be effective. He's got 14 points now.
Nearly a double-double, 9 rebounds as well, 3 steals to go with it.
And that's exactly what they need out of a big, somebody to be in there, do the hard work, and be able to score when he gets the opportunity.
Jack Andrew, corner, Davison. Oh, down it goes. He's got 30.
Davison just recognized that Bruce lost sight of him. Nice pass by Andrew. The quick kick to the corner before Bruce had chased him out.
Big basket there for the Airs. We're back to 4. Game on with 2 to play. Marshall, Liafa around Foxwell, and the pass just behind the outstretched hand of Nick Marshall.
Liafa just not looking as comfortable as you'd expect him to be right now. Forced that one a little bit, and there we see the quick kick out by Jack Andrew.
Tell you who he's comfortable this afternoon.
Who's that?
That man right there.
Tell me who.
30-piece. Geez, an Airs basket here makes it really interesting. Both teams have their B and Z player timeout available. Davison wants to go at it. Somehow splits the gap.
Tough. I love that play because he just hit a 3. And quite often a player hits a 3, he settles the next time down the court. He's like, I hit one, I'll let it fly. He doesn't settle. He comes in, fakes that handoff. Fletcher goes back to her. He says, all right, I'll take you down here. Step through 2 bigs. Gets the foul on Muzinski. Foul on Nick Marshall. Would have been Muzinski's 5th had he gotten it. Strong finish. Can he make it a 3-point play to cut it to 1 once again? What a game by this Air squad. Fighting their way back once again.
Look at this. Margin at 1. The smallest of gaps for Carlin Davison. 33. Harris. Inside. Muzinski. Too much on it. Froling comes up with it. Ayers could take the lead here. Froling. Davison. Foul called.
That's a good foul by Nick Marshall to get that foul up without making it flagrant, because Carlin Davidson's airborne there. We've got a timeout to the Saints to discuss things on this end. Nice offense by the Saints. Really nice drive by Harris. Sets up Muzinski, but then on the break, Harry Froling knows who to go to. Good foul. Force him to the line, where Carlin Davidson will be heading to the Chemist Warehouse to have to make 2 to take another lead.
Been a big comeback by the Airs in the last 60 to 90 seconds. Aaron Young brings his charges together. This game is well and truly on the line. Just one in it. Terrific contest on a Sunday afternoon. Hope you're enjoying it across Sky Sport, Sky Open, right around the world as well. Saints back in action Thursday night. First home game of the season for the Nelson Giants. That'll be a sellout. Lots of sellouts for them over the last few years. That'll be a good one next Thursday. And the Airs, their next game at home as well. That's coming up Tuesday night against the Jets. The Jets looking for some redemption after going down to the Hawks by 3 last night. 26 games in 20 days. Mad March is with us.
Mad March is in full effect. 6 games in 20 days. We are doing it.
Message from both coaches in that timeout case.
Well, the Saints, it's about execution on both ends of the court. We have to know who the Airs are playing through and stay in front of them. For the Airs, it's about taking care of the basketball and not overextending on the perimeter. We've seen some open driving lanes because the Airs are getting a little bit far out in the passing lanes. Bad communication. You've got to cut those down.
Airs have 1 foul to give as they take the lead. The Saints do not have any to give.
I believe this is Carlin Davidson's career high now in the NBL. 35 points, but no free throws bigger than those 2.
So impressive. 5 steals as well. Look at him playing defense right now on Sean Bruce.
Little zone defense from the Airs, though.
Corner, Marshall, 3!
Big shot there. A little change of play there by the Airs. Decide to pull out the zone for the first time. Good recognition by the Saints to get Marshall the shot in the corner.
Got to be careful not to foul. Andrew on the tip-in. Can't complete it. Saints come up with it. 51 to play.
Davidson's pass was just a little bit off. And because of that, Jack Andrew couldn't grab it with 2 hands. Tried to tip it, but misses it because of that.
Saints basket here will make it really interesting. Corner, Liafa, little bump there. They've got that one to give. Isaiah Liafa. 11 points for him today. He's going to be a Saints ball on the baseline. 35 for Davison, 25 for Froling, 26 for Bruce. I don't think Hiram Harris has scored in the second half. He's got 17. Here he is, a basket here would be timely. Bruce, shot clock at 8. Sends it through. Mazinski outside. Liafa in, out, in. Harris taken out of his hands by Foxwell, who's fouled. He's off to the Chemist Warehouse. Owen Foxwell. What a strip.
Well, the shortest guy in the court comes up the biggest in that moment, just gets his hand in and strips her from Hiram Harris. So, I mean, a nice pass, set him up perfectly, but Foxwell does not give up on the play. He's not even in the picture right now. Comes over, drops off. Look at that. Just perfectly timed, no whistle. Good job by the crew officials not to call it. The Nick Marshall gets called for the foul, and there we have it. 2 at the Chemist Warehouse to tie it up.
First one, sweet, nothing but net. We're at 1, 17.4 to play. BNZ player timeouts are live for both teams. They will be important. Second one, great. 98 apiece.
Well, we use just a full timeout to the Saints here. Remember, both teams still have their player timeouts in hand. 98-98. Good fun, Justin. What a way to open our Sky Open broadcasts for the 2025 Sal's NBL season, coming down to the wire.
Well, we talked about our viewers throughout New Zealand, Sky Sports, Sky Open. What about around the world as well? Hello to everybody throughout the United States on ESPN, and of course globally on FIBA YouTube. What a treat for all of you out there this afternoon, tonight, this morning, whenever it may be. 98-98.
Ball is always bouncing someplace on the planet. And we got 17.5 seconds of bouncing here to go. The Saints, ball in hand. They've gone through Sean Bruce quite a lot here at the top of the key. But down screen action on both wings. Look to see Marshall or Isaiah Liafa come off those down screens and going towards the basket, attacking the rim with 7 seconds left to put pressure on the officials to make a call.
So decision here, baseline inbound, ball gets advanced. Seconds mean everything, 17.4.
With 17.4, I'm bringing it up because that 3 off. With 17.4, I'm bringing it in the backcourt.
Yep.
I want to use also, I don't want to give the Airs more time to do it. But what that does when you bring it in the backcourt, allows them to press. Let's see if the Airs are going to stay in the half court or if they're going to come up and make it a little bit harder. But the Saints have decided they're taking it off on the baseline because they want the absolute last shot.
This will give them 24, of course 17.4, so they get the full 17.4, I should say. Airs have gone a little bit shorter here. Harry Froling sitting. So here we go, 98 apiece. At what stage do they foul case?
They don't.
Bruce. Of course, it could go to OT. Bruce for 3, misses. Player timeout, they take it. BNZ player timeout. Smart play by Armand Fletcher. They would have talked about that during the timeout just gone.
And we just have Coach Sam McKinnon. Coach Sam McKinnon talking and asking the officiating crew, can I get Harry Froling in? He was there. No subs on player timeouts. So with he was there beforehand, but it does not matter. So they've got 2.2 to talk about this here. With 2.2 left, for me, it's Fletcher or it's Davison on the rim. That's what I'm looking for. Let's see who the inbound passer is.
There's Froling waiting. He can't sub in on a BNZ player timeout. Ticket to the big game. Been amended to 3. 3 seconds to play. A Saints foul sends the Airs to the Chemist Warehouse. 98 apiece.
They're going to look for the ball for Foxwell and then Carlin Davison at the rim on the back screen.
Here we go. Davison screen, ball into Foxwell. Foxwell for the winner. Doesn't go down. We're headed to OT for the first time in season 2025. What a contest. Airs with the chance to win it at the buzzer. They were down by as much as 9 in that last quarter. Terrific fight back. And we got some extra hoops.
Free basketball. Couldn't be anything better on a Sunday afternoon. What a way to tip off the Sky Open coverage of the 25 season of the Sal's NBL. We've had good games all week, but this is a pearler. The tightest match coming down to the last one. We did have the 103-100 victory by the Hawks. Did not come down to the last shot in the end. Let's see if we can't get this next 5 minutes to be as tight as the first 40 were.
How about this for a welcome for Aaron Young to the Saints? Sam McKinnon, second year in charge of the Airs. And we've got an extra 5 minutes here. Now, BNZ player timeout, just so everyone's aware, it resets. You get one in the overtime period, and the fouls will reset at 2-2. So on a third team foul in the overtime period, you will be headed to the stripe.
98 after 40 minutes, 27 lead changes, tied 14 times. This has been a seesaw affair with just millimeters in between the two squads. Statistically speaking, there really is not a lot of differences. Both teams shooting 45% from the field. Both teams right around 40 rebounds. The turnovers, 13 apiece. They've each been to the free throw stripe more than 26 times and shooting over 75%. A very well-played basketball game to start the season.
60 points between those two men right there, Harry Froling and Carlin Davison this afternoon. Outstanding.
Well, what a pair they've become. It's great to see Carlin Davison lift his ability as a scorer and a #1 option, especially in a day when Armand Fletcher was in foul trouble and Owen Foxwell started off late. But Harry Froling as well. That's who I'm working through here in the fourth quarter. Muzinski's got 4 fouls. I'm trying to get his 5th. Same for the Saints rather. I'm attacking with Nick Marshall at Armand Fletcher. I want Fletcher out of the game. I want to get to the bench, the backups.
So here we go, overtime this afternoon in the Sal's NBL. What a game, what a contest from these two on debut this season. All locked up at 98 apiece. Might as well be 0-0. Harris hasn't scored since halftime, picked up by Armand Fletcher. Wasted opportunity for the Saints. Davison just somehow found a way through, and look who's there.
But I like that shot there, even though it's a little wild, because you've taken the defender out of the play and you've set up Froling to attack the offensive glass, which he does well to pick up point number 27.
Davison and Froling teaming up again. Harris, nice little give to Muzinski. The Saints answer.
Nice little partnership between those two. Haven't played a lot of basketball together, but Muzinski always available as a receiver around the bucket.
6 assists this afternoon for Hiram Harris. Armand Fletcher found a way through, did all the heavy lifting.
Right, I think he wanted a whistle there, but we're in overtime, baby. You got to get more contact than that.
And there he is, Hiram Harris. Watch out for Hiram.
Should have been an illegal screen on Muzinski. Harry Froling guarding the ball. Muzinski comes in, moving, and takes him out of the defensive ability to guard that play.
Froling wants it inside. He'll get it inside. Now, there's a foul called here.
That's on Marshall down low. I don't see how that's a foul on Froling.
Can't be on Froling. No.
I'd be throwing a fit if I'm...
Oh, it is.
That is not a good call. That is such a bad call. I'm sorry. Like, there's a guard attacking a big underneath who falls down, and they're saying that he touched him. Well, I think they missed that one. It's okay, on to the next one. That's the kind of call, it's a big, that drives you insane, because you're letting guards just attack my legs and saying that I can't even move my arm. It can be really frustrating for a big fella.
Overtime, 3.5 to play. Saints by 2. Muzinski up to 16 in the game now, by the way. Marshall turns it over. Swarming defense by the Airs. Foxwell, Davison, star today. Contact, he's going to add some more. 35 in the game for Carlin Davison.
And picks up the 4th foul on Hiram Harris. Equally as important, that's Nick Marshall, Hiram Harris, and Nick Muzinski, all on 4 fouls now. Great use of the little shot fake, attacking the basket. Carlin Davison has done such a nice job of never settling down the stretch of this ball game. Carlin Davison misses the free throw. Just his 2nd miss from the Chemist Warehouse stripe in the game.
2nd one, rattles around, drops down.
Carlin Davison needs a sub. His calf is cramped up. He's asked for a sub. He's trying to gut it through, but he's not at full speed.
There's some contact. Unfortunate in the end for Davison.
That's his 4th personal foul now there. He needs a minute here. It's going to be tougher in there.
Davison to get some treatment. Maybe some more pickle juice. There it is, in hand, ready to go.
Yeah, they're just going to massage the leg. Try and get that out of there. The key is just to keep that calf moving, get as much into it as maybe a minute on the sideline for him tops.
Got to try and get him back out there. He's got 36. Game high.
Oh,
Gee, Bruce has been sensational.
Oh, unlucky. Bruce would have thought he could get that one.
Look out for Armon Fletcher. We know the talent he brings. Harry Froling's had a massive game. Fletcher, just away, it was flat to the right.
Bad cut there by Scott Telford, bringing the 2nd defender over. Froling had Muzinski in the post, who had 4 fouls.
Marshall fires away. Rebound, Muzinski strong.
He's got those long arms, just really longer arms in his frame to get that board.
Double-double for him, 10 rebounds. A miss for Liapa, tapped out. Marshall had a look. Now he fires over the top. Oh, Nick Marshall. Bang, bang.
I mean, excellent recognition by Marshall that the shot clock hadn't reset there. It was down to 0.8. He didn't want to shoot it, just forces it up. And just like that, a 4-point lead for the Saints with less than 2:30 to play.
Such a big shot. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Recognized the time and drained the triple. That is tough stuff from Nick Marshall.
25 for Marshall, 26 for Bruce, 19 for Hiram Harris, 16 for Muzinski.
Let's head down and have a listen in to Sam McKinnon.
You go to this corner here, Harry there, Jack there, whatever the matchups are. He's going to run 11. I want you to pin down there, come in, set the screen. You get Marshall on you, all right? So play out of that, play to the ball screen. Hey, we're good. Good shot. Like just.
Hey, we've got to cut. We've got to get moving.
Thumb ups are good or reverse in the flow of things, all right? I've got no more timeouts. Just so Carlin can come back, you've got to play a timeout, okay? Boys, hands on 3, 1, 2, 3.
So really good insight there from Sam McKinnon. No more coach timeouts left, but he is aware that they've got a BNZ player timeout. Overtime, it resets, you get one again.
And exactly what you need to do as a coaching staff to let them know. He says, I can't call a timeout, but you can. And now it's up on the players to remember that for the last 2:30. When can they use it?
Davison back on the floor as well, out of that timeout.
Just a quick break. Took around 30 seconds, just trying to get that cramp. But he's just going to have to play with it. It's not going to get fixed. It's probably still going to be pretty sore on Tuesday, too.
Margin at 4. Long way to go. The Airs have come back a couple of times already this afternoon. Nice little hand there by Liapa.
We got a cramp for Marshall inside the paint as well.
Getting up, arm on Fletcher. I said to keep an eye on him.
And here's Nick Marshall checking out of the game. Not sure if that was an ankle or a calf cramp, but he was grabbing his leg the same way. Got taken out of the play, and yeah, looks like another a cramp for him maybe. Yeah. That's what happens over time in the first game of the year.
Seen a bit of it, haven't we, over the last 5 days and nights. We're at 2. Harris. Dougal Meter out there now. Bruce. Shot clock at 7. Bruce leaning, sends it out to Liapa. Great setup, they can't convert.
Such good defense by Davidson there, avoiding Bruce looking for the contact, searching the whistle, pulls himself out. Excellent defensive possession for the Airs.
What a game to start Sunday afternoon coverage. Foxwell.
Oh, the charge.
Oh, that'll count. No.
No, that's Carlin Davidson's 5th personal foul on the charge. I was watching the ball. I didn't see the contact of Sean Bruce selling himself out. Wipes the bucket away, which would have been taking the lead for the Airs. Take another look at it. Davison drops it in.
Just before the shot.
Well, not a veteran play by Bruce. I personally would like to see that one get played on. But that's a heads-up vet play, taking Carlin Davidson out of the game for the remainder of this one.
That's a huge blow for the Airs. 36 for him today.
What an effort for Carlin Davidson. 36 points to go along with 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 steals, and a block.
Career high. And just another call out on the defence there of Sean Bruce. Dougal Meter, that one's long. And the Airs stay in touch, 1:15 to play. Foxwell just hit a big three that wasn't counted. Froling wants it down low. He has been awesome.
Oh, that's pretty. That's
Great
pretty.
spin, big finish, Harry Froling.
The big man is light on his feet with a pirouette. Getting Musinski in the air and the soft touch to finish. He's up to 29, and we got another tie ball game.
Unbelievable. Hasn't played in 786 days. He's dropped 29 on the Saints.
Long time waiting for those buckets.
Just over 40 seconds to play. Both teams with a B&Z player timeout. Bruce had it, clawed it back. Harris, pull up, no, rebound, so important. Musinski to Harris, they go again.
Oh, Musinski with those long arms, just placing himself underneath him. The rim attack by Harris.
Corner, shut down. Dougal Meter got a shot up in the end. Ayres clutch it in. 17 to play. One shot.
They have a timeout if they want it. They're not going to use it. This is going to be Foxwell one-on-one for the game.
Owen Foxwell, the boy from Melbourne, up, in. Oh, Jack Andrew had it. He was right there. Bodies everywhere. That's it. Double OT.
Oh, my goodness.
How close was that?
Well, I think Foxwell had his contact knocked around in his eye. He's saying maybe a foul there. But let him decide it on the court. Beautiful move by Foxwell to create the space. Yeah, not a lot of contact in that one to swipe up. And
look
then
at
Jack
Big
Andrews
Jack.
somehow doesn't get that to drop. Froling around as well. Great job by Harris to take away an opportunity for Harry Froling afterwards. And then Bruce, with just half a second left, doesn't call a player timeout. Might not have been enough time to get it. So we're going to the double OT, baby.
We got another 5 minutes. Quite amazing. Now, of course, one of the big talking points now in the second overtime period is no Carlin Davison fouled out, but there are a swag of players on 4 fouls as well. There's a lot to look out for here.
Well, you know, earlier in the day, I looked at my flight schedule, Justin, and I had a flight at 7:15. I said, you know what? I'm just going to make it a little bit earlier. I'll make it like 5:45. I'll change it around so I can get out of here on time. Not only, you know, I'm not sure I'm not going to make that flight. I'm not sure I care because I get to watch this game.
It's a long walk.
What good fun. Well, I'll probably just get a later one, Justin. I'm not going to stay for the week.
Tied up, 105 apiece. Remarkable opening game from the Saints and the Airs. Putting on a show, aren't they? Rated E, the Sal's NBL, and we've had it all. Epic, entertainment, energy, excitement.
And elongated, because this game is getting longer and longer.
Rams and the Giants to come. Wall-to-wall basketball in the Sal's NBL.
Overtime, of course, goes into the rotating possession.
There he is, Carlin Davison, career high 36. He will play no further part in the game. Fouled out, Airs start with possession. Another 5. Double overtime in the capital this afternoon. Gee, I think back to that triple overtime game a couple of seasons ago between the Hawks and the Rams.
Froling wants it against Hiram Harris.
In he goes. Oh, great hands over the top. Musinski. Saints come up with it.
A heads-up play by Musinski to come over and help. Froling, good recognition, but didn't expect that to come.
Foul called. Gee, didn't look like a lot in that from here.
Well, on the replay, I want to see that left hand, see what he's doing with that left hand. Looked like he might have been trying to hamper the attack. Up high, it looked clean as, but on the left,
maybe just tucked in under the arm. Not a lot there.
Based on the way the game, the first overtime finished, I'd like to see that one
Well,
keep
we had
going.
10-pin bowling down the other end.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying.
Skittles everywhere. Here's Hiram Harris. Big shot at the Chemist Warehouse.
He's worked so hard on that free throw stroke to make himself a competent free throw shooter. He's not a 90% guy, but he's confident in his ability to make the ones that count.
And every shot counts right now. 1 of 2. Fletcher. He's on 4 fouls. Saints have got a few in the same position. Here's Armand Fletcher. Short corner, a lot of contact, and he'll head off to the Chemist Warehouse.
And Armand Fletcher says, finally, I need to go to the Chemist Warehouse too.
And is that Harris Dunn? How many fouls?
That's Harris Dunn. That's his 5th.
So many stories unfolding here today. Carlin Davison sits with 5. Hiram Harris sits with 5.
And foul trouble everywhere. Nick Marshall with 4, although he's out of the game right now with might be an ankle twinge. Doesn't look like he's coming back in. 4 fouls on Muzinski as well. For the Airs, Armand Fletcher on 4. Jack Andrew on 4. And Quentin Bailey, who's on the bench, also on 4.
First one's good for Fletcher. Tied up again. Chance for the Airs to go ahead. Second one's good. 15 in the game for Armand Fletcher. Of course, we reset again. Both teams have their BNZ player timeout available. 107 to 106. Bruce, huge game today. Fletcher another rebound. He's starting to get his hands on it. Foxwell. Shot clock at 12. Oh, great pass, big basket, no. Plumtree fouls.
That was the body. He got it clean up high, but Harry Froling does a nice job of selling the contact down low. Excellent recovery from Plumtree to come out of there. Froling makes himself available. Plumtree clean up high, but see the body afterwards, that elbow into the face. He needs to get a clean landing zone as part of the shot. That's why he's off to the stripe.
And it's not going to be shots here, so they're saying it was on the floor after the shot. Well, that was...
They're saying completely after the shooting motion that he lands, so they're literally calling it.
We'll have another quick look here. Here it is. Contact good now.
To me, that's, I think he was still in the thing.
Well, Harry doesn't care. Harry takes, Harry gives. Muzinski knocks it out of the ballpark.
On to the next play, either way.
Nick Muzinski, that's his 5th block of the game.
Getting it up. He's had quite the effect, a double-double, 3 assists, 3 steals.
And Harry Froling is not happy with the attention right now. Callum Welsh steps in to sort it out. Look at the young man, Troy Plumtree. He's not scared to take him on. He'll have a crack.
Well, he can have a crack, but he's given up 4 inches there. If I'm the Airs, I'm getting the ball back into Froling in the post.
Here we go. Shot clock at 11. Airs by 1. Double overtime. What a contest. Here he is, Big H. Gets busy, and he's fouled. So much drama. Crowd gets into it. They're not happy. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Well, there's the first foul.
Oh,
well, it's a big elbow after it too.
Turnabout is fair play.
Harry Froling goes back to the Chemist Warehouse. He's been good from this position today.
He's been solid as Luka Richards comes off the bench as Plumtree does a nice job, but that was his 4th. Oh, the foul is actually called on Sean Bruce. So Sean Bruce is 3rd. And speaking of Harry Froling at the Chemist Warehouse stripe, not bad, 8 for 13 overall.
Can I just remind you, Casey, this is day number 5 of season 2025. How good.
Good fun. This is why we keep coming.
Harry Froling. Just wondering what the hold-up is at the moment.
It was a conversation with the coaching staff of the Saints. It was the hold-up there, Justin.
Well, that one's off to the right. Saints fans, they love it, don't they? They love it.
Having a good time. Been a big week here in Wellington, a lot of activity.
Second one's good, so the Airs by 2.
30-piece for Froley in his return.
Dare I say it again, I've said it 3 times now, there's a long way to go. 3.5 to play. Second overtime period. Bruce on Andrew, up, over. Oh, look at Fletcher get up.
Boxwell slows things down, knows his team has the lead. Time to execute to the perfection on this play.
Look out for Fletcher in the corner. Froling, Foxwell. Step back, great hand, Dougal Meter.
Wow.
Did really well.
Fantastic play all over the place, not just to block it, but then to retain possession and stay in bounds.
And now they get a chance, the Saints, through Liafa. That won't drop.
Isaiah Liafa not getting the buckets to fall. He is now 3 for 17 from the field.
Just 2 in it. Again, they go to Froling. Fletcher to play off him. The pass wasn't good. Deflection came out to Foxwell. Corner. Scotty Telfer!
Scott Telfer, timely make. 0 for 5 from the field before that shot there. Bangs the dagger from the corner to give them a 5-point lead.
111, 106. The junkyard dog, Scotty Telfer, with a huge basket. Aaron Young with his troops. Let's have a listen in and see what he's got to say.
Come get it. You go set that one first. All right, you come through that, Brucey. Moose, that'll be you coming into that one. All right, set that one here. You just go straight to the dunker. Play that, go get that action there. If it's not on, curl, play the 2-man game with Moose. All right? Things break down. If we get a stop after this, I want to go a post look with you. Roll it into the post on this block. Post action. Moose, you stay, Luca, always stay dunker. Whoever rolls it in, screen away. Screen that next guy. One on the rim, one back. Cool. Go.
All the messages there, clear, concise. Aaron Young coached the Auckland Tuatara to 3 straight grand finals without success. Now with the Saints. Assistant coach with the Perth Wildcats. Airs by 5. Hiram Harris fouled out. Carlin Davison fouled out. So much drama. Armon Fletcher coming big at the right time. Harry Froling has been incredible in his return to basketball. Nick Mazinski, 5 blocks. There's just so many stories here in Wellington this afternoon. The Sal's NBL is back. Liafa, Fletcher, another rebound for him.
Liafa, great look at it. Well executed play, but just cannot hit it. The 8th rebound for Fletcher there.
And here he is, ball in hand. Short, I think a little tip there from Mazinski. If that gets counted, it's block number 6. Bruce lighting it up late.
Nice screen by Mazinski there to create the space, and then Sean Bruce recognizes that Froling's too deep to affect that little mid-range jump shot.
Within a basket, Fletcher, Jack Andrew knocked out of hand. Good defense, Saints.
And we've just had word from the Saints bench that Nick Marshall will not return with whatever happened to his lower leg there, injury to calf.
There he is, and you can see him massaging the calf. Foxwell on the trail, Dougal Meter. Oh, Foxwell gets after it. And they save it, 1:33 to play. They go again. Basket here would make it interesting. Long way out.
Not a bad look with the time on the clock, but leaves the door open for the Saints.
Imagine the fans in New Plymouth right now, Case. Edge of their seat, Mazinski. Timeout Airs.
Nick Mazinski has come up huge.
The passion. Oh, he wanted a foul call there. He's screaming at the officials.
18 points, 13 rebounds, 6 blocks. They gave it to him. 3 steals, 3 assists. Let's see if there's any contact here on this one. I think that's a good no call. Nice drive, good defense by Jack Andrew. Good finish. high-quality basketball on display today.
And this is what it means, just the passion, the emotion of all of it. Sam McKinnon now. What can the Airs do? Let's listen in.
He's going to run wildcat, but just roll it in. There, pin that, arm on to get a cut.
111-110. What do the Airs do out of here? They got the troops on the park, Froling, Fletcher, Foxwell, Jack Andrew. Such a good contest, and right now we are right at the death again. And we're not done with for the weekend. Rams and the Giants, they always put on a big show, don't they? Cal Stadium in Christchurch coming your way rapidly from 5:30. Sal's NBL from 6:30. Sky Sport 4. Looking forward to that one. But we're still going to let this one play out, Case.
Couple of minutes to go. Ball in the hands of Foxwell. Personally, if I'm going straight to Harry Froling in the post, that looks like what the Airs want to do.
And that's where they go. Froling doubled. Fakes 3 passes, sends it back out to Fletcher. Shot clock at 8. Such a big shot coming up here. Arm on to Fletcher. Oh, it was in, wasn't it? It was halfway there.
Big board by Muzinski once again. Picks up number 14.
Saints for the lead. Liafa and Bruce communicate. Bruce just pushes off, step back. That was halfway down as well. And now the Airs come up with it. Under 30 to play.
6 to 5 second discrepancy between the shot clock and game clock. Airs have to take a shot. Saints do not have to foul though.
Shot clock at 11. BNZ play a timeout alive for both teams. Froling a basket here makes it really interesting. Steps it back and puts it in.
That's beautiful. They have a player timeout. They don't use it. They gotta hit a 3.
What can they come up with? The Saints on their home deck. Nick Muzinski. Airs are gonna get it. 0.8. Foul called.
A decent look at it. Muzinski disappointed himself, but there are no losers in today's game, except on the record, of course. But what great effort between both squads. Now the crowd silent here in Wellington after that beautiful shot by Harry Froling to give a little breathing space. And then the wide open look from Muzinski. It feels good, but it just goes long.
Elected not to have their BNZ player timeout as well.
And that's Sean Bruce, new to the league, probably not over familiar. He's the only one who can call it with the ball in hand.
Got to make one here, and there it is. Out by 4. You'd think a player timeout coming up for the Saints, but the margin's at 5. 0.8 to play, BNZ player timeout. Saints will advance, but it looks like the Airs have done the damage. They've come to town, they've come to the capital. What a performance.
Yeah, you saw Sean Bruce look at Coach Aaron Young, and I actually he asked if there was a timeout. Aaron Young tells him just go attack. But they got a decent look at it. With Nick Muzinski, I don't know how much of a three-point shooter he is overall, but that was just his second of the day.
Well, it's going to be too hard from here. Lightning quick, Dougal Meter can't put it away. And how about this? Double overtime this afternoon. The Airs have come to town and they have taken the win. Drama, excitement, epic energy. And they're home by 5, 115 to 110. Harry Froling back playing basketball. A huge story this afternoon. 32 for him. Davison with 36. What an amazing way to start the season. Such a good contest. Carlin Davison start. Here he is.
Well, Carlin, I don't think he expected double overtime in the first one. What was it about this Air squad that was able to pull that together down the stretch despite not being together for very long?
We just never give up, Like it's just us. It's Taranaki. Like we never give up. Everything we do, we just fight, and proud of the boys for what they did.
Harry Froling coming up huge, obviously. What can you say about his return to basketball after 786 days?
He's completely different to Frols, Sam. But 2 years away from the game, man, I'm proud of him. I know him for 4 days now, but I'm so proud of him, just of what he's been through and everything. And he just bought what he does, you know what I mean? So.
Big win, go celebrate.
Yes, sir.
Rams and Giants still to come. What a win for the Airs. Their season has started in the best possible way here this afternoon. Chemist Warehouse stats, rebounds, so close, assists, fouls, turnovers and steals, nothing in this contest. And that is why we went to double overtime this afternoon. The Airs home by 5. They head home full of smiles. Such a close contest. And they came up with shot after shot after shot. So many lead changes. How about the Airs? Hope you enjoyed it. Still got one to come. This one in the memory, and what a memory it is. Airs by 5.
You want to pick someone or